And special guest that we have on the line right now. We have from A Pot Amongst Men, we have Steve B.
What's up, everybody? It's Steve B, a.k.a. Saruman the White Boy, a.k.a. Omega Red Stripe, a.k.a. Hitmon Leroy Jenkins, a.k.a. Pimp Panda the King. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Good to see you all.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Happy Easter to everybody.
Happy Easter.
Hope everybody had a great Easter. I just had a wonderful Easter. Don't nobody love me but G, and I appreciate it. I'm at the dojo all by myself, all by my lonesome. Even though Steve got the real dojo because he got fucking nunchucks. He got nunchucks in his fucking dojo.
And swords and whatnot.
What's up, man? I brought the nunchucks for you here. You can see them now on the video. What's up?
Yeah, Steve.
Can we even call our shit the dojo anymore?
Yeah.
I know, right? Good point.
No, we get into it.
What?
How Steve was talking shit.
Oh,
he was talking shit to Hesh.
I talked a little bit of shit.
Yeah, because you blew a 3-1 deficit. Oh, yeah. What you mean?
No. Yeah. First of all, that wasn't a 3-1 deficit. I had one left, and he still had 5.
Oh, no. But what I mean
5
is
KOs.
You took down 1, and he took down 3 of yours. I was like, oh, Hesh got this in the bag. Nope.
Nah, God wasn't on my side that day.
I mean, yeah, we owe you a badge. And
yeah, we do.
Hesh, you let us down. You let
y'all down?
Nas down.
I let Nas down?
You let Nas down.
What did y'all do? Huh? Oh. Why is this all on me? Huh?
Because you're the champ. You got the Where's the belt? Where's my belt, Hesh?
It's here.
Where's my belt?
It's here.
So you the champ, right?
Of y'all niggas.
Why you ain't champ? Oh, well, it's okay.
Y'all asses. I ain't saying nothing about them.
In all fairness, I didn't just have to beat Hesh, you know. I mean, I had everybody.
No, but it's well known that I suck. Because when we go to battle, I never have my shit in order, and I'd be like, "Hey, I'm just gonna pick this one, that one, that one, and that one, and put them together." And then, oh, look at that! I got beat. Oh shit! What a surprise!
I got an excuse. I have an excuse. I didn't think it was gonna be singles. Like you switched that shit at the last minute. I was like, fuck! I've been playing for like doubles the whole fucking week. And you kind of switched it on me, man.
Nah, if you're doing doubles, you got to have a whole special team just for that.
Yeah.
I said doubles when Dom first asked me, and then I'm thinking like, I don't think this is gonna work too well.
See, man, if I would use the
but
shit,
you know, next go round, all doubles. I don't want to hear shit from nobody.
Words.
Saying that right now, but my ninjas. You know what? You 2-time motherfuckers that want to play. You know, I got a badge coming. Like, yo. What happened on 106 in Park when your video was number 1 for like too long? They fucking retired you, right?
Yeah.
So like after like a certain amount of wins, you done. so
zero.
So it might be after like 3 wins, you might be like just cut off because it's like, we only got but so many badges.
Fuck, I'm cut off now. I'm quitting while I'm ahead, bro. I thought that was too close.
No,
that was too close.
We don't get a chance. We don't get a chance for retribution.
Oh, you don't get a chance for retribution, nigga, because you should get angry yourself.
Nah, we could do a rematch and just not putting that shit on the internet.
I definitely want a fucking rematch.
I just couldn't believe it. I was like, fuck, that one's down. Man, that's what. Hey, he's still straight. Fuck.
Oh, that shit was some bullshit.
Everybody,
The comeback kid, baby. The comeback kid.
Shiny suit Steve.
Oh yeah, that fucking cloister. God damn it.
Like, how long did it take you to get that shit?
Dude, some of them, like, I gave up. Like, I was looking for like a shiny Hitmonchan. I gave up. I got to like 500 eggs hatched and I got nothing. So like some of them you get lucky. The the Steelix, you can actually, there's people that hack the game. What they do is they have a program and they jailbreak the Switch or the 3DS, whatever they got. Yeah. They can actually just program, I want this Pokemon with this this EVs, this IVs, and as long as it's legal within like the rules of the actual game, you can get it. So and a lot of good that fucking Steelix did. That was great.
I mean, the Jolteon didn't work though, so who knows?
Yeah.
I got like what? I guess 11 shinies now. Without
I got
the
no
charm.
How the fuck? Niggas
Yeah,
gave
no
me
sign.
my shit. Like it's a dude called hashtag Evie Colt. Yo, he gave me a shiny Mudsdale and a shiny Lapras. I was like, yo, who the fuck is this guy? So I went on Twitter. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And then other people had the same problem. It was just some dude giving out like just basically giving out shiny Pokemon with fucking Master Balls and shit.
So it's probably hacked. Then.
It's a random dude.
Yeah, when your fucking switch blow up, don't say shit.
Start
Like mid-match, that shit come on, the shit freeze like
twitching.
freeze.
Start smoking his
I
shit.
don't know.
You could just buy the whole Pokedex. There's guys that'll just transfer the whole thing to you on
Yeah, it
Pokemon
is.
Home.
People like
You
that.
get like a normal and shiny version of every fucking Pokemon there is. I gave that shit to my son. It was like $15. I was like, here, there, now you got everything. Leave me alone.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I fucking hate the internet.
I'm about to do that shit.
Yo, Hesh, do you know how hard it was in Red and Blue to capture all the fucking Pokemon now? Niggas
Yeah,
can
man.
just buy it.
Niggas got it hard.
Very
Niggas
hard.
got it easy
You had to actually have
Told
friends, nigga.
You had to actually have friends.
Like, yeah, and you had to meet them in person. You couldn't do this
Yeah.
shit over the internet.
I had Blue. I was like, yo, who got Pokemon Red?
Red.
I need,
Who got this?
I need a fucking Arcanine. I could trade you a Ponyta.
Yeah,
I
like, you
need
had to,
help,
like,
nigga.
Yeah.
Talk in person. You couldn't just go to like Reddit and be like, "Yo, need this. Here's the code." 5 minutes later, you got the shit. You like had to meet motherfuckers in person.
Yeah, that's how I got my fucking Excel board. Fucking Reddit.
Yo, these
I ain't had to that shit by myself. Fuck that.
tired of this shit. Nah, I be trying to breathe shit and it's like they just pop up shiny. I be like, oh shit.
Nah,
Okay.
I got no
Toss to the side real quick.
Zip zero with this shiny is.
You don't even play that shit, nigga.
I do not.
You were just playing Persona.
I was playing Persona, and I'm gonna continue after we.
Yeah, we got to hurry up and take this nigga belt so we can move on to Tekken.
Yeah, I'm tired of this nigga. Sick of this nigga, cuz.
Why you sick of me? Because I won.
Won what? We got proof. Hi,
We got
Steve.
proof. How are you? But we got proof that I whoop you. We got proof I whoop your ass, and that's what I meant.
Are you talking cash? Yo,
Oh shit.
win.
I don't know.
Hogwarts language.
I don't know.
Win.
After the world stops dying from AIDS,
Win. I can record it on my end. Win.
I don't know. Yeah, give me some time. I can get back in the groove of things then.
Yeah, okay, so you have 2 weeks.
Damn, nigga, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
All right, nigga.
Set up a challenge right now.
Listen, I'm okay with losing.
Okay. I'm just saying. Before the
I'm
world
gonna
ends,
talk mad shit until then.
give me my bet. Back.
I'm gonna talk cash shit because I
My
can.
my ninjas.
And then if I win, I don't want to hear shit.
Oh, you still gonna hit shit because I want my belt back. But how are you guys doing in like week 4 in the coronavirus?
I'm chilling.
I'm
Oh,
good.
yeah, you
still.
home chilling.
Am I the only one laid off on this shit?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Steve's still working too.
I'm still working, but my whole company's pretty much laid off except for me and 5 other guys on my job.
Oh damn it! Yeah, it's
Oh,
coming.
Shut down everything. 'Cause my
Yeah, it's
my
coming.
building's got a school attached to it, so they
Uh,
deemed it essential. So I'm still working.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes,
no, I go
man.
work. I go work every day. We have not laid off anybody because of Corona.
Nobody?
No. So we're working at full capacity,
That's surprising.
and we are probably gonna all die in that building. I'm probably one of them.
That's
I
a good
mean-
call then at this point.
I don't know.
The corona is starting to hit too close to home because now I know 3 people that have had it and
Do you
survived.
really?
Yeah.
See?
No, my
So
sister
one of my
had it.
cousins had it. Your
Oh,
sister
really?
has it?
Yeah, well, she had it. She's in London, and she had it like 2 weeks ago. But she's through the worst of it. She's out of the woods. But that shit was
okay.
fucking scary, man. She said
My
it was
aunt has it.
bad.
See?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my aunt has it.
Getting close.
That shit getting too
Yeah.
close to home. So like 2 of my homegirls had it. They got through it. And one of my cousins had it. And she's doing good now.
Okay.
I didn't even know she had it. It was just like a surprise where she just posted some shit on Facebook. It was like, hey, I'm a corona survivor. I was like, bitch, why you ain't tell nobody?
It's like,
I wouldn't tell nobody neither.
why
I
not?
want-
It's not
Because
like
you want to post it and then have all your family members in your DM. Oh, what's going on? Text it. Yeah,
My nigga,
Yeah,
if you
you
die
ain't
out
gotta-
of nowhere, I want you
Yeah.
to at least give me some
Yeah.
heads up. Like, yo, I got
If-
this shit.
if
Something
you-
might happen. I love you. Something.
Yeah, I
that's
think-
that's like me. If I had cancer, I wouldn't tell nobody.
Yeah, but this ain't
Like,
cancer. I
dead
would
ass.
think you would just put it out
No,
there. in
I'm
case anybody
dead
you
ass
were-
serious. I wouldn't tell nobody.
I would think you would put it out there in case anybody you were in close contact with. And now they got to think, oh shit, did I see that dude the other day? You know what I mean? I mean, not to just put it out there like, oh, poor me. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't post it on Facebook.
You gonna tell your mom? You gonna tell your mom, right?
Yeah, but I wouldn't post it on Facebook.
Okay, well that's a different conversation.
Social media, like, I have this. Like,
that's different. He was like, I'm not gonna tell nobody. I'm like, damn.
Stay strong. I'm just gonna die.
I think I might put it on Facebook before I told my mom.
But I'm not gonna tell people.
Oh, okay. No, that's different. No, the Facebook thing I understand because sometimes there's a fine line between doing it for like giving out the information and then just like doing it for show. So I get that part, but I'm like, you can at least take mom.
Yeah, because it's a bunch of motherfuckers posting RIPs, and I don't want to ask how these people died, but it's like, oh, my mom died, oh, my father died, my brother died, my cousin died. I was like, it's a lot of RIPs within like a short period of time, and I don't know if it's all Corona related or it's just like niggas is just like, I'm clocking out because the world is scary. Like I don't know what's going on now.
Well, there's a fine line between put it out there to help out someone who you might have seen, and the other thing to be looking for sympathy. Little fucking sad violin. Like the people that are like 40 something just got on Facebook and they decide to post like 50 memes in a row, like quotes and shit, like sad shit. I'm like, everybody sees this, right?
Yeah, like it's to the point on it's like on Instagram. It's to the point where you can tell who's depressed by what they post.
Yeah,
like they post like, you too, Hesh. Oh, I'm looking down. Yeah,
he's not making a sound, so the camera didn't go to him.
Yeah, like you can tell who's depressed by what they post.
Hesh, everything is fire. I was like, no, nigga, that's not fire.
It's not fire, but what if it's actually fire though?
It's not fire, my nigga. Oh, being sad is not fire.
You got to be a musician to be that happy about being sad, bro.
Yeah.
For real. You got to channel that shit.
Shit.
Hesh was playing guitar at one point. I don't know why the fuck he stopped.
Oh, he was? You was Lenny Kravitz? Wait. You was Lenny Kravitz in it? Jimmy Harris?
Jimmy.
What happened?
Life.
You fucked
got
up.
Lazy.
Yeah, you fucked up.
It makes you feel any better. I got 2 guitars looking right at me right now. I ain't touched one of them fucking things.
Yeah, but you actually can like play
touch
them.
it. Oh,
well, I used to now.
I'm sure you could pick up and play some. I never actually like got to the point where I could actually like make a sound. Yeah, make a sound out of it.
Be a little campfire douchebag, play the same songs.
Hey,
this is my next song. Let's have a Wonderwall.
It's fucked up. I like that song.
I know, so do I. What's fucked up is that it became a meme years after we used to have somebody actually break out the guitar and actually sing that song.
I said my baby.
Well, Steve, man, how you been holding up in this whole coronavirus, man?
I'm all right, man. I'm trying to balance myself between being pissed off I'm still working and happy I'm still working.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a happy
same.
Because you could.
But you got kids, right, Steve?
I got my son, I got my in-laws, and my wife's cousin all in my house right now.
Yeah, you better off working.
Yeah.
I just need to get away from you fuckers.
Nah, because my daughter is like, I'm better off working.
The problem is the getting away could kill you.
Exactly. That's the problem.
I'm pretty confident in my immune system though.
Yeah,
I'm sure a lot of people were that died.
No. Like the majority of people who are dying are people who have prior conditions or people who don't keep up with their immune systems. I keep up with my shit. I take my vitamins. I do all that shit. So I feel like I'm good.
Right.
Other people, I don't know. I don't want to be a hidden carrier. I don't want to be a hidden carrier. That's the thing. I don't want to be a hidden carrier. That's why I'm not going to work.
That's the other thing too.
Yeah. He knows the secret to life. He won't share the shit.
It's the beard.
What you talking about?
It's the beard.
No, I'm
like
saying,
Samson.
I just don't want to.
Once he catch that,
I feel like if I don't have it, I'll be like one of those people who
Bobby
don't
have
have
symptoms. In his beard. And every morning he just
now he like Samson. He cut that shit. He gonna die, nigga.
No, Domino got the locks. I don't know what the fuck he talking about.
He does like the G. He does a G Max replenish. He wakes up in the morning and he pulls like breakfast out of the beard. Yeah. What do you need? You need some Advil? Well, here you go.
Bag and sagging Bobby.
Sagging Bobby.
Oh my god,
that's crazy.
Oh,
how about you? How you been dealing with the corona times?
I'm scared every fucking day.
Yeah, man. Because you have the potential to meet the most strangers, I guess, everybody for your job.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So, I'm touching fucking doorknobs and I'm touching, mailbox handles and all that shit. And, you come into contact with people and say, hi, get the fuck 6 feet, nigga. Back up.
Hi from over there, motherfucker.
Yeah, hi from across the street. But, every day you come home, like, it's been days where I've been in places in public and tried not to cough, even though, like, I have to cough. I don't want to, like, set off no alarms with people. Like, I was in CVS the other day. My throat was dry as fuck. I was like, yo, I need some water. Standing in line. I didn't pay for the water yet, but it's like 4 people in front of me, but I have to cough. I'm like, you know what? I'm about to crack this water right here. Drink like half of the shit, didn't pay for it. And then I don't care, but it's just the fact that I don't want to cough. So it's either set these niggas off to where they like looking at me like I'm gonna kill you if you cough my direction, or it's like drink this water and possibly them see me on camera and think I'm doing some illegal shit. Yeah, I'll take the illegal shit for now.
That happened to me at work the other day because like I got like allergies type of shit, so I had to blow my nose. Like I went behind the corner to like blow my nose, and the fucking dude came from around the corner machine was just like looking at me like, look, I got allergies, dog.
He was like, I
got allergies. Like it's like, yeah, I'm like it's just allergies, dog. I swear. I promise you, I got a fever.
When they first started doing the quarantine shit, I went out there. People started buying up all the toilet paper you couldn't find anywhere. It had like a little Hispanic grocery store down the street from me, so I went in there, and I was like the only like white guy in there. So I'm just standing there. I'm already a little like I feel awkward, like everybody's looking at me, and then fucking I had to cough because I had just gotten over the flu like a week before. So you get that cough for like a month afterwards, and all of a sudden it was like that. It was like that scene from Inception. Did I tell you guys this when we were doing the battle?
No, I don't know.
No, but it was like that scene when they realizes he's in the dream, and all of a sudden all the people.
Looking at yeah.
And I was like, what? It ain't it. I don't have it. Fucking leave me alone. What do you want from me?
Fucking quarantine's killing everybody, yo. It's funny to see like extroverts lose their fucking mind. It's fucking hilarious to me.
This is normal shit to me.
Yo, these extroverts act like they in like physical pain being in the house, and I don't get this shit. I'm like, y'all will be okay. Y'all can sit down for like 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks. But when it's getting towards like outside might not open up until like the end of May. I'm like, okay, that's a little much.
Ain't like you can't walk around your building and jog or shit.
Something, but they just need human interaction. Extroverts really are going crazy. It was like, I can't talk to people. I can't touch people. I can't do nothing.
Well, that's because of people that are too afraid to be home alone with their own thoughts. That's
people
that they got to keep working and keep moving all the time because God forbid they stop and think. All of a sudden, the fucking mind goblins come up and
they'd be like, I ain't shit. Maybe I ain't shit.
Maybe I ain't shit. Maybe I should like that. Myself.
Right.
Maybe they won't find it until the quarantine is over.
Hey, shit, you better get in tune with yourself.
That's the problem. I think they're doing.
I did that shit a long time ago. Yeah,
they do.
I got over that shit a long time ago.
Yeah, live alone for a year. You'll work it all out.
Yeah.
It's quarantine is temporary.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang's forever.
Well, are they though?
What?
Wu-Tang?
Yeah. Wu-Tang is forever.
Are they?
Watch your mouth. Did any of y'all see the battle?
Nah.
Nah.
The RZA and DJ Premier?
I'm fairly certain I was asleep.
I seen the track list and I was like, RZA kind of got that, but I don't know how it went.
Apparently it was really good, but I don't know. Nigga, I didn't watch it. My bad, my blunder.
Fucking nigga. All right, SoundCloud, man.
Yeah.
SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, wherever the fuck you get your podcast. We are there because these niggas don't watch fucking IG battle. So
I haven't watched any of them, so
Haven't watched any of them?
No.
Well, I always miss them.
Nigga.
I miss them too. I'm with them. I haven't.
Because
they
Bobby's
don't give out shit.
Bobby,
they don't give out shit.
Bobby live in his own world. That's his excuse.
I can't live in my own world.
They just be like, this is happening, and then it just happens. I'm like,
Bobby be on Cybertron. He be on Narnia.
Cybertron.
That nigga be everywhere. But 3 Ninjas Podcast at Gmail. No, that do that. Fuck it. Yeah. 3 Ninjas Podcast at gmail.com for any comments, questions, or concerns. If you want your question answered in the Ask a Ninja segment, you can reach us there. That's 3 Ninjas Podcast at gmail.com. Also, don't forget to check out our website, 3ninjaspodcast.com, where you can sign up for our newsletter. Check out all of our merch, even see some of our YouTube videos and listen to our show as well. If you listen on Apple Podcasts, be sure to give us a rating and a review. YouTube, please like and subscribe. Spotify, I need you to follow as well. And whatever the fuck else, iHeartRadio, hit the button. I don't know. But Hesh, man.
Yeah.
What we got, man, as far as questions go?
So there's actually both these questions come from Terrence. So this is the first one I'm gonna read.
T Boogie.
Shout out to Terrence. This one goes, "Hey ninjas, love the show and content. With The Boys season 2 coming soon, I have a question. Who would win in a battle to the death? Homelander, Superman, and in quotations, it's the Emperor Superman who killed Joker and enslaved Earth. One Punch Man or All Might, full strength for no injuries. Keep up the good work, and Hesh, please cut back on the craziness." I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but okay. So who would win in a fight to the death?
So we got Homelander, Emperor Superman, One Punch Man, and All Might.
See, Superman. I mean,
I'm going Homelander.
Homelander?
He's ruthless, bro.
Yeah, but
I'm taking One Punch Man.
Yeah, One Punch Man.
You think One Punch Man could beat Superman?
Yeah.
Honestly?
Yeah, One Punch
Superman has powers for every occasion.
Yeah, but
like literally.
Superman is kind of like cocky in a way. Like he'll sit there and let you punch him. Like, you're not gonna hurt me. All right, watch this. All right, and then it's over after that.
That's a good question. I don't know who is stronger, Superman or One Punch Man.
But One Punch Man is kind of like is it a trope?
Like one, yes.
Comedy,
One Punch Man is so strong. His show ain't even about him.
Not really.
If it was about him, he would end the show.
One punch. About the nigga with the bionic arms.
Genos.
Yeah,
it's on everything bionic. It's just the arms.
So it's like once One Punch Man comes in, the show is over because he finished everything.
And one punch.
You know the game. That's what that's about.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
Motherfucker powers up, and then you use One Punch Man. It's over.
No, because what happens is there's a timer, so it's like 90 seconds, whatever the fuck. So you got to beat the enemy in that time, and then once it hits 0, One Punch Man comes in and just kills the motherfucker, and then it's like it's over.
Stupid.
That's fucking dope, nigga.
I think outside the box, though. I don't know. I'm going Superman just because he got powers, everything.
Yeah,
I mean that's fucked up that nobody pick All Might.
All Might
because we know he'll get scraped.
All Might can't fly.
No.
Yeah, All Might can't fly.
All Might shit got a time limit on it.
Yeah.
Well, he did it without injury, so he wouldn't have the time limit. But then nigga got scraped by no moon, nigga.
Yeah.
And he can't fly like Bobby said, and he don't got laser eyes. He don't got ice breath. He can't reverse time by flying backwards around the earth.
Yeah, he's very strong. He's very strong. What you got, Steve?
I'm saying Homelander just because he's got all the same powers as Superman, just fucking evil. I think that goes a lot
Emperor
further.
Superman though.
Yeah,
it's still Superman. It's still Superman, and he might be Emperor Superman, but he ain't as evil. Homelander's fucked up, bro. Come on.
I mean,
he's a piece of shit.
Homelander just needs some fucking therapy, and then he'll be like,
listen, all the therapy in the world ain't gonna help it. He's a straight asshole.
Okay.
Didn't he suck on that chick's titty?
He did.
Or am I wild?
Yeah.
Okay.
He did.
Okay.
Like a baby.
Yeah. Baby, like a baby back bitch. That's what he did.
Say it to his face though. Fucking
smack your whole face
off. Your whole face off.
So we got one for Homelander, one for Superman, and 2 for One Punch Man.
Yeah. I see y'all both doing One Punch.
Yeah, I'm going One Punch because I haven't seen any. There has been like Superman level villains that have tried to fight One Punch and they just can't fuck with him. And then like like Bobby said, he's a trope of American superheroes where you're just so fucking strong that nobody can beat you. You're just almighty.
Superman without hair.
Basically,
Superman.
That's every DC superhero though. That's they were all made. They were all made separately, and they all have like God abilities. It's like it's too much. It's too much.
Except for Batman, like that. I think that's why people like Batman so much because he's like
Batman.
human. He's human. Human motherfucker.
He's rich. He knows every martial art. He's the world's greatest detective. He's got a genius level intellect. He had a baby by Ra's al Ghul's daughter. Come on.
Yeah.
No,
he gotta have something. Shit.
Nigga, be rich. You ain't gotta have all that extra shit with you. $1 billion. I won. Now what?
Yeah.
He be finding aliens and not dying.
So, a billionaire. He traveled overseas to learn some fucking new martial arts shit. He's a fucking genius. Built his own car. Like, nigga, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of this brainiac, human ass motherfucker, man. He know every goddamn thing.
He dodged the Omega Beam.
No, Morgan.
From Doom's Dark Side.
He got a contingency plan for everybody. He know how to kill everybody. He just don't do it right away.
Darkseid respects him. That's another thing.
Because he can kill him.
Yeah, because he's about to blow up the planet for all means. He was like, oh shit, like I respect you. And she dropped him. Don't respect Superman though.
You know what, human white man?
Human white man. That's his name, human white man.
I fuck with you, human white man.
Human white man.
Human white man.
Oh man. Hesh, what's the next question we got?
This next question, as I said, comes to Terrence as well. This one goes, hey ninjas, love the show, especially the last episode. I don't know, he said this a while ago, so I don't remember what episode that was. Whatever it was, I'm sure it was great because it was us. If you could, I'm sorry. If you could, nope, it's not me. If you could pick which black sitcom family, if you could, whatever, fuck, I don't know.
If you could pick which black sitcom family would you be a part of?
Would you want to be a part of? For me, it would be the Winslows from Family Matters because I love the show, and being neighbors with Urkel would be hilarious. Which family would you pick? Oh, and stop saying that, guy.
So Steve, if you were to be adopted by a black family,
there it is. I was waiting for that. First of all, if you could, from now on, could you guys just refer to me as Mr. Human White Man?
Human white man.
Oh, man.
That's gonna be my new AKA.
Human white man.
Did you watch a lot of black sitcoms?
I watched a few. I did watch the Jeffersons when Nick and Knight used to be like a big thing.
Yeah,
I mean
that was kill McKnight.
That was way before my time though, and I watched
George
Family
Weasley and
Matters.
George Weasley, Steve.
That was gonna be my pick though, just because it looked like it'd be a little more comfortable. Have the nice apartment.
Oh shit!
Could have said Family Matters, but too many people in that house.
Yeah, not because they fucking delete people all the time. Yo, Judy, she went upstairs,
never came back, never ever.
Yeah. Richie eventually went to play on the playground, got kidnapped.
Thursday found drugs.
Yeah, Rachel. Wow, damn.
God damn.
Richie, they could have found him. They could have found him by just following the trail of fucking Soul Glow from his.
Follow the drip. I mean, Rachel, she eventually left the show. Grandma died, so it's like you only got 5 people.
Wait, did she die in the show?
No, she didn't die in the show.
I think she died after the show went off air, but she is
the last show was the Disney episode. You remember watching that?
Nigga, you know how long ago that was?
Nigga, it was an American event. Everybody watched that. Everybody watched that.
Why don't I remember if everybody watched it?
You wildin'. Everybody watched that shit.
I'm sure I've seen it. I don't know if I remember.
Family Matters at Disneyland?
I think my brain don't work. We have established this.
Is that when Urkel turned into Stephan at Disneyland?
No, they were split apart. Yeah, they split apart.
I remember that. They split apart.
They split apart, I think.
And Urkel went with Myra and
Myra died way before then.
No, I don't think
so. She was still
Myra didn't make it to the end.
No, she was still in the episodes.
Myra?
The Disneyland shit was the last episode. That was the finale.
I could have sworn Myra was
I'm pretty sure she was in all the way to the end.
Yeah, and she died after.
For the record,
I'm not gonna kill off Urkel's girlfriend.
Yeah,
and for the record, way better than Laura.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Myra was
bugging.
Fire.
Yeah, he was bugging.
Fire.
Yeah, I don't know. Steve was on some shit.
Rest in peace to her, man.
Nah, for real.
What about you, Hesh? Black sitcom family that you want to be a part of?
I don't know. It's fucked up because part of me wants to say the Cosbys, but I don't think I can say that.
Listen, we didn't know back then.
I don't know if it's cool to say that no more.
You'd be all right. Just don't drink anything.
Nah, they was like a close-knit family. They actually liked each other and shit, and they wasn't Poe.
Nigga, Denise didn't like none of them niggas.
Right.
She's barely in that shit.
Yeah, she
went to college and said, "Fuck y'all niggas."
No, that was Lisa Bonet.
Yeah.
Who was Denise?
Wait. Well, yeah.
Oh, white chick.
Yeah,
Lisa Bonet, right?
Yeah. She did.
Lisa Bonet.
Yeah. She did.
I'm surprised nobody said Fresh Prince.
I was
about to say that. I was going to say Uncle Phil.
Yeah, because R.I.P. Uncle Phil.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
First things first. Rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck that. I want to be in Martin.
Martin? What?
But that's like
his dad. What
like a family sitcom.
What family?
Yo, it was a family. I mean,
Martin had kids.
Martin had a kid. He Sorry I lied to you, Martin. I just didn't want to go to Arizona.
Sorry I lied to you, Martin. I just want to go to Arizona. I gotta watch that shit again. That shit
Black family sitcom. Probably the Proud Family, if anything.
All right,
Proud Family was pretty good.
That count? I guess. Yeah.
I mean, it was black. Yeah. It was a sitcom.
Yeah,
we didn't really have that many. It was like the Cosby.
We got more than some other people.
Different Strokes. Was it?
They was adopted by a white man, by a fucking human white man.
What? Sanford?
So you telling me I got to fix cars for a living, and my old ass daddy don't know what the fuck going on?
What was this shit with James Amos?
Good times.
Good times.
Good times.
But then I gotta look at my fine ass sister. Nah, I'm good.
What? Why you making this Pornhub?
Yo, I'm surprised there ain't like a good times porn scene. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm sure it exists. You wasn't looking for it. But the real
Roxy Reynolds.
The internet is,
God damn.
Listen, you're in quarantine. You got time to go look for it now.
If it exists, I'm sure there's a porn of it. That's how the internet works. If you could think of it, there's probably a porn of
it. Right. Nah, John Amos looked like my real dad, so I don't want to fuck with him.
For real?
Yeah, that he looked just
good
like my
nigga.
real
That's
dad.
what he looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah, she might have been in that last episode.
Yeah, I might have to go Proud Family. They seem like a cool. Oh, what about what's the Damon Wayans show with Tisha Campbell?
Wayne Head?
My wife and kids.
Nigga.
My wife and kids.
My wife and kids.
Said Wayne Head.
Like what?
Wayne Head.
My wife and kids could have been cool because Junior was dumb as shit.
Oh shit. Oh,
that could have been fun.
What was the shit? Bernie Mac? Bernie Mac?
Bernie Mac show.
Bernie Mac show, yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
How about Smart Guy?
Now, you want to talk about stepmother scene. Stepmother?
See, that's different.
Stepmother.
Yeah.
Stepmother. Damn, what other black show?
Missing one.
Blackish? Blackish is good.
Blackish?
Watch that, but
I like Blackish.
That's supposed to be good.
Blackish is good. I like that shit. Look,
you got a bunch of biracial people in the house.
What's his name? Yaya?
How about Smart Guy? That way you get into all kinds of adventures and hijinks.
Yeah, because Smart Guy just had his dad, and
he had the brother, and he had
a brother.
Was it the dude from Wild and Crazy Kids that was with him? The dude that
Omar Gooding.
Omar Gooding.
Yeah.
The dude from Baby Boy.
Oh, but yeah.
Cuba's brother.
P. Sweet P.
Sweet P.
How about my brother and me?
Alfie.
Oh, Alfie.
That Goo
Punch. Goo Punch on the ladies. Goo Punch.
That nigga said, yo, ain't no Z and Didi. He said, I messed up.
Yeah, what the hell did Didi had tapped in? He had in his head or some shit like that.
He had just a bunch of crazy designs and shit. He let Goo cut his head because some kid at school had his head cut like
money
that.
Or some shit, something with money.
I don't know, but
it's supposed to be money signs, but it was just patches.
It was a dollar sign. It was mad wild shit. And then the crazy shit is like after he got it, after he got that shit in his head, then his father went and shaved his whole head bald. I've never seen another episode after that.
I mean, it should only probably had a few episodes anyway, right?
But like, I felt like his hair didn't grow back, and they just said we can't do the show no more.
I thought that was a cat.
They canceled the whole show because it's like
they canceled the whole show because the little nigga hair wouldn't grow back.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Good push on the ladies. Damn, this is sad.
We missing something.
We can count on like two hands how many black sitcoms we had.
Is that sad?
That's it.
Because we counted off quite a few.
And like black good sitcoms where it was two of them that were
actually Rock. You want to say Rock?
Oh shit! Wow.
We didn't even go Rock everything.
I forgot about that shit.
We didn't touch Moesha.
Yeah,
there's more.
Shit, if you want to go Rock, we can go Thea, nigga.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know that one.
Go Thea? You don't know Thea?
Oh,
Thea was Monique before she was Monique.
I forgot about that show.
And matter of fact,
was she hating back then too?
No, she was just like an angry, like real black ass mom. Or my beach ass. Brandy was in it.
No shit. Yeah, Brandy was in it.
Romeo was in it. And who was the little brother? Was it Simba?
Oh, was it homie?
I think it was what's his face that sang Simba?
That sang.
Yeah. Fuck, man.
I'm talking about shit right now.
Wait, Jason
Weaver.
Yeah, he was on the show. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Yep. Oh, and
the Waynes.
Adele was on the show.
Adele was on the show.
Adele?
Apparently. Yeah,
Adele from Moesha.
Moesha.
Oh, I was gonna say Adele.
not like
Hello,
Fire to the Rain.
Adele.
No, I was like, what? I remember that.
Yeah, but I mean, we got more shows than any other besides white people, so we can't. I mean,
yeah, but how many shows were that they were actually like well off? Like we got the Cosby Show and Fresh Prince. Everybody else was struggling.
No, the Wayans was good, but they just
I would say
the Wayans. They worked in a fucking diner.
More often than
it
not.
was good though.
No, Family Matters. They wasn't like
pop.
Yeah.
Family Matters was really good.
It wasn't. Yeah, they
had a crossover with fucking
Okay, so what did Harriet do?
Harriet?
Originally,
I don't know what the fuck she did.
Originally, she worked as a elevator operator because I think she was a spinoff character from. I want to say it's My Cousin Balky, but don't quote me. She was definitely her character. Was definitely a character on a different show.
Are you saying she was part of Perfect Strangers?
I believe. I don't know if it was. She was definitely a spinoff character from a different show. I don't know if it's Perfect Strangers per se, but I think she was. She was like an elevator operator on some other show.
So how much do you think an elevator operator gets paid?
I mean, but her husband was a cop as well, nigga.
How much do you get paid to operate the elevator?
Enough to get your own spinoff. Yep. Yeah, no, Perfect Strangers. It was Perfect Strangers.
Get the fuck! Right. You just fucked my whole life up.
Yeah, no, I remember that. She was like the elevator operator or some dumb shit like that.
Yeah,
or something. She was something, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but your dad's a cop.
Yeah.
Your mom operates elevators.
Well, she started off operating. Maybe she owns an elevator company.
Your grandma's a fucking freeloader.
No, you don't know that.
Yo, what did grandma do? All she did was knit and give advice. She didn't do shit.
She was retired.
So what?
Social Security.
Put her in a home. No, she wasn't.
No, nigga.
And then you had Rachel and Richie. They was freeloading.
I'm gonna say something crazy. I'm gonna say that.
Oh, now you gonna hold back because Steve here.
Yeah, I'm ahead.
What are you holding back for? I'm just Mr. Human White Man. I'm not gonna do
Human White Man. Yeah. I'm behave. I was gonna say something crazy.
That sounds like something every human white man said before some shit went down. I'm just a white man. I'm not gonna do nothing.
Trust me. Believe in me.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh shit.
Yeah, but how many Asian sitcoms are there? Or Spanish sitcoms?
Fresh off the boat.
Fresh off the boat. Yeah.
And Jackie Chan Adventures.
I want to tell you, I feel like that's racist somehow. Because I think
Hey,
Jackie. One more team.
You more going to find these out? What you gonna say? Shaolin Showdown next, nigga?
Shaolin Showdown.
Jackie Chan's Adventures. God.
That was a family. It had a grandfather, had a granddaughter, and then every episode would end with, "Hey Jackie, what's your favorite ice cream?" And then he'd go into some bullshit like, "Oh, favorite ice cream is Rocky Road, but I like to punch stuff too." And then just be some wild shit. Like he was always training somewhere.
That's Jackie Chan.
I gotta watch that shit again. That shit was dope.
Yeah, that shit was cool. Man.
Oh man.
Talismans.
We got a lot of shows there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to topics.
We supposed to.
You said what?
I don't know.
He's so
Jackie Chan
Adventures.
No, I was trying to say what the fuck. I was trying to say what the fuck is wrong with us, but I said fuck. I was just gonna let it go. But then I was like, Jackie Chan Adventures.
I never seen that show. Does he usually go at the end? Does he go like scoop out the ice cream? I don't want any trouble, and then he's fighting.
I don't want any trouble. Well, that's Big Rebel in China. Wait, hold on. What is it?
That's every movie he ever did.
Every movie.
Yeah. I don't want any trouble. Please.
I don't want any trouble.
I don't want any.
Who am I?
Start whipping it. Who am I? That shit was hot when he kept kicking the shits. Like,
yeah. He did a little bracelet, little Black Widow bracelet.
Yeah.
For some reason, Jackie Chan was an archaeologist or some shit.
He was.
And then, like he was going around trying to find shit, and there was like these people that tried to stop him. And I gotta order that shit on Amazon.
There was the 12 Zodiac, the Chinese Zodiac, the talismans, and they were magical. And
they gave people powers and shit. And once you get all 12, you could do some wild shit like take over the Earth, probably.
Remember Omega Operation Condor? Remember Operation Condor?
No,
when he was fighting all the black women.
Shit?
We was fighting the five black women, and they was whipping his ass. You remember that?
No,
not really.
That shit was hot.
Should watch that shit for Black History Month.
We don't have any more of those. The world's gonna end.
Black History Month.
Yeah, no, we're not making it back to February. Nigga, the world.
You done Death Note the whole planet.
Yeah, you did that.
I did. I said sorry.
Sorry. Sometimes sorry ain't enough, dog.
What do you want me to do?
Take it back. Tell God to stop playing the division.
I can't. What do we do?
Tell God to stop playing division. I don't want to play this game.
Stop playing division.
I don't play this shit no more.
I am God dumb. What do you want me to do?
I don't want to play this shit no more.
Let's see. So on to some topics really quickly. Let's see. Avatar: The Last Airbender is surprisingly one of the most popular movies on Netflix.
I don't know why that's
fake news.
For real. That's bullshit.
Oh no, I know why. Because people haven't seen it and they want to know why this shit is so bad. You ever seen some shit so bad that it's like funny?
But this ain't it. This is just bad.
For Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
But I kind of. Here's the problem. I guess I watched that movie young enough where I'm like, I don't hate that movie, but I was probably like 10 or 12, whatever when that shit came out.
That movie's not that old, man.
No,
No, the live action, the M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Oh no, I was talking about the Mortal Kombat.
It's not what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, even with the M. Night Shyamalan, it's not what it is.
No, that came out. I was
12 years
like
ago, right?
20. I was like 25, 26 when that came out.
For real?
Yeah, it came out like 2010, 2011, somewhere around there.
That's mad long ago. Like,
it's
like 12
years ago.
I'm 13. Yeah, I'm 33 right now. That's just a long ass time ago.
Still a bad movie, Nick.
Yeah,
it is. In the prime of your life.
Yep.
That's
horrible. I go watch that shit. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Especially coming from a person who liked the actual animated show.
Yeah, this ain't
what the fuck they did with that shit. I was like, yo, this is some type of bullshit.
I always wonder with those movies that come out so bad like that, how much of it was like the creative choices of the director and how much of it was like the studio trying to get involved saying, oh, we want this, we want that. Like, who's really at fault, you know?
Like
because
all that is M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, I'm blaming him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's so mysterious like that. I feel like that's his fault.
He also has a pretty spotty track record too.
Fact. He's very hit or miss.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole what was it? What was the thing we were just watching? We was watching
Glass.
Yeah, we watched that.
Unbreakable.
Exactly. Unbreakable was good. I like that. I liked the other one he did.
Signs was good.
Split.
Yeah, Split was good, and then you got to Unbreakable. Unbreakable was like a mind fuck. Mm-hmm. It was like, okay, we're showing you this, and then he just took it away. It was like, you motherfucker! Like, what the hell was this?
Village wasn't that good.
Village was bad. Yeah. Lady in the Water was terrible.
Just gonna say that one.
Yeah.
But Signs was good. I liked.
I love Signs.
Yeah. Sixth Sense, obviously.
Yeah.
Signs was so underrated. Yeah. That's like it's a fucking travesty how underrated that movie is.
Hit or miss. Yeah. I think after that is when he started to hit the decline. So I think Sixth Sense came out first, and his Signs, people was like, all right, cool. And then it was just like, after that, it just sort of dropped down.
Signs didn't do that good, though. Like, a lot of people hate on that movie. I don't know why.
When I first seen it, it was kind of scary because I'm one of the motherfuckers that believe in aliens. And I think before I seen that movie, I seen some shit called Close Encounter in Fairfax or something like that.
Bob,
it was like a whole
alien. All right.
Shut up. It was something it was filmed like the Blair Witch, right?
Okay.
It was probably fake at the time, but I was like 10 when I was watching it. So they was filming the whole thing like this family was getting alien like abducted on this farm, but it was filmed like Blair Witch. It's like the same way when I seen Blair Witch for the first time. I thought that shit was real as fuck. Kind of find out it was fake.
That movie was a mind fuck because you're thinking you're gonna see some shit and it's just a bunch of hippies out in the woods shaking the camera around, and at the end you see a guy standing in the corner and that's it.
Yeah.
But somehow the whole time it's just a suspense.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about like a freaky movie like about aliens, you gotta see Fire in the Sky.
I ain't see that.
My boy AJ Dom, you heard him on my show. He to this day will not watch that movie because it's too terrifying. Because it shows somebody he gets abducted, and it shows what happens when he gets abducted. When
is it real?
No, I mean, it's based off someone's real life account, but it's still a movie. Some guy did say he got abducted by aliens, and that he said that's what happened. But it's fucked up, man. It's weird.
Is it the story of Betty and Barney, the motherfuckers that got abducted or some shit in like 1952?
It's about one guy.
Oh, okay.
What was that encounter movie with the chick that was in Resident Evil, and then
Mila Jovovich?
Yeah. The sixth kind or something. Close Encounter of the Sixth.
No, you're talking about Fifth Element.
No, yeah, she was in Fifth Element. It was called the movie she was in with the aliens was called the Close Encounters.
Not Close Encounters of the Third Kind. That's the old.
No. What was the one she was in? Wait, hold on, let me look that up. I gotta put it right here.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know that.
I seen that movie, kind of freaked me out because it was taking of real events, and it's funny because when the movie's playing, you'll see like a screenshot of the real thing that was happening. So it's like shot by shot what was happening, and they kind of explain with the movie. Like, what was that?
Obvious. Whose avatar is in a wheelchair?
I seen that, but I think he's on a 4-wheeler.
Okay.
Oh, that's my cousin's avatar.
He's in a wheelchair or 4-wheeler?
Nah, that is my cousin who passed away from cancer. Like he was like 15. I think I told you about that.
You did.
No, but
he was like 15, but his brother is using his account, so he never deletes it. He just uses his account.
Oh, okay.
But
that's
he
wasn't in a wheelchair. Like, some Professor X shit. Yeah, but he wasn't really actually in a wheelchair. It's just that some shit that he picked out, so he just never changes it because.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. He ain't gonna change that shit.
I peeped that earlier, but I just didn't want to say nothing. I was just gonna let it slide.
Throwing my hands up. I got nothing. What we have? What's next? Let's see. So gaming news. We see Fortnite players protest the game as RIP Fortnite trends on Twitter. So hashtag RIP Fortnite was trending on Twitter. Why?
I guess because people playing this Warzone shit, this Call of Duty shit, and people were.
I mean, but I'm guessing it wasn't none of the prominent players of Fortnite, because why would they?
Oh, it was.
It was
some of the popular players.
So why? So are they not getting paid? Like, what's going on?
No, it's not that. It's just that the game's not as good as it used to be.
What's changed? It ain't the same shit. They just add different skins and stuff.
No, well, I don't play the shit, so I don't know. But if you played the game from the beginning, you can see minor changes that will fuck it up.
Mm.
But I don't play this shit, so I don't know. But so what they're complaining of is like the maps, I guess like the bullet damage or whatever, like just little shit that they fucked up from what they had at the beginning to what they have now. It's just not the same. So they're just like, this shit is trash.
Shit, I don't know. look at the loyalty with you niggas.
I mean, if it's trash, it's trash. Like shit, you gotta be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. I played Fortnite for like maybe 2.5 seconds, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. I just building shit. But
how much of that do you think is all just like troll shit? Just somebody just looking to, you know what I mean? Like they don't really believe it. It's just people trying to start that wave, you know?
You can say that, but then like there's a whole trending section of people with like checks, who like stream gaming who are giving feedback and shit like that. Like this one dude, what was his name? Innocence on Twitter. He says bring back World Cup meta, where it took the most skill. Basically, the game's not skillful anymore. So it's like one of those things where a game gets so popular you can't have the same resume where you try to make the game good for everybody, where to the point where that's not the shit that got you to the rodeo.
Yeah, well,
it's supposed to be competitive.
Yeah, because it's like you have people who play at the higher level.
Yeah.
Playing against people who don't play at that level, and then it's not fun for the people who don't play at that low, who are at the lower level. So they try to balance it.
Yeah.
Make it so that it's
easier
for them to play, and then I think then it throws things off so the people who are top competitive see that shit and get fucking upset and like, yo, this is bullshit. I don't like how this works now.
Isn't that something that they can do on their end where they don't match up people that are experts with people that are beginners or noobs?
Yeah, how is that not ranked or something like that?
I don't know. Maybe
I guess it's not. That's one of the problems, probably.
Yeah.
That
like
seems
not ranked, so it's fucking.
Seems like an easy fix.
Yeah.
But they're not doing it.
I'll just say maybe there's probably, obviously, I'm sure more casual players than there are top tier players. So maybe there's not enough top tier players.
Shit, look on Twitch.
Just because you play on Twitch.
I'm just saying that's all you see on Twitch now.
Is people playing Fortnite?
It's still Fortnite. Like everybody that follows damn near Fortnite. It's like two people that play 2K.
But that don't mean that don't mean they're good. Twitch is free. Anybody can.
But they
I could play Fortnite right now and get my ass whooped.
Yeah. I'm talking about they have the professional setup with like oh yeah, we have a Discord as well. I don't know how to use that shit, but we have one.
You guys send I was saying, I think that's what I'm saying. It's an invite only thing, so you have to give people the link.
How about we not make it an invite only? You just, if you hear this, just join our Discord.
No, my point being is I don't think you can't just join a Discord. You have to get you have to get the invite.
So sign up for our newsletter so you can join our Discord and we could give you that email, give you that link, and then it'll be in your whatever.
Just join our Discord. When I was trying to just straight up join it and it wasn't popping up. I was like, I think you have to get an invite to join.
My bad.
No.
I don't know. Let's see. What is? Get the fuck out of here.
I don't use Discord either. I'm just trying to go off of what I was looking at.
A remake of Resident Evil 4 is reportedly on the way.
Of course.
Why are we remaking so many Resident Evil, man?
Because people are buying them.
Yeah, and
people are liking them.
That shit's slapping.
But they're also, to be fair, in their defense, like the Final Fantasy VII shit, they are changing stuff in it though. So
are these still under Capcom or no?
Yeah,
it's still under Capcom.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Listen, I'm not gonna play it. I'm not mad at it, but I'm not gonna play it. Plus also,
I'm not mad at it. I'm not gonna play it.
What games do you play, man? Because you don't play a lot of shit.
I don't.
You don't play sports games. You don't play a lot of open world games. You don't play a lot of shooters. Like what?
No. I play whatever I feel like playing when I feel like playing it.
But like, what is your genre of game? Like,
it's whatever is clever. No,
Whatever's clever.
Like you don't play no MMOs.
Not particularly. RPGs, sort of, but not even.
Did you play Fantasy Star Online for a minute? What happened?
I was playing that. Oh, well, then I started playing Pirate Warriors 4.
God damn it!
So I was playing that, and then I beat that. I beat that and got the platinum, and then I started playing Persona 5, and then.
So basically, you buy all one-player games.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I can't be mad at the man for that. I'm the same way.
Yeah,
I don't do the only thing I did online was Pokemon.
Yeah, that's a lot for me too.
But what am I trying to say?
I don't know.
It's lonely. Like it's at a certain point in time where it's like
It's the lonely.
Like you know what the computer's gonna do. It's nice to have some actual online competition with like 2K. You don't necessarily have to talk to people, but it's nice to play with or against someone. Like
here's the thing: I'm not playing because
Call of Duty.
I'm bad at 2K playing against a computer. I'm definitely not playing against another motherfucker who talks.
Okay, not 2K. So Call of Duty.
Swing on them.
We do. So we do Pokemon. So you don't do like the Pokemon rank battles at all. God damn.
Okay. Which I probably should do so I can fucking figure out if my team is super trash, even though it is, because I lost that goddamn Jolteon. But
smoked your boots. I mean,
in all fairness, you should do that though. I mean, because
I probably should. Yeah.
When you guys first announced you were going to do that challenge, I started going online and playing against some of those people, and I was getting whooped.
Yeah.
I was like bad, embarrassing, and then all of a sudden, you get your team straight, and then that's how you really know if you're any good.
Yeah, basically.
But I mean, I have enough. I don't know. I don't want to spend all my time playing a game and then just be losing. It's not fun. So I just play.
But that's the point of anything. You're supposed to fail so many times that you want to get better, or you do get better, and then you actually get better, and then I'm
not gonna get better. Like I know I'm not gonna get better.
Why do you say this about yourself, man? God damn, yo.
I know I'm not gonna get better.
Damn.
I'm not getting any better in fucking shooter games. It's not happening. That's not gonna happen. I'm old now. Like the.
What does that have to do with anything? It's people your age and older playing this shit.
It has a lot. The older that you get, your fast twitch reaction goes down. That is a fact. That is like a scientific fact.
But there are people your age and older still playing this shit at a high level
because they were decent or good when they started playing.
They were born
and they kept playing, and they maintained the skill. I never was that good, so I never. I can be okay, but I'm like, I
feel like you the type of nigga that get shot and just get mad. Like, why you keep shooting?
Well, no, I don't get mad like that. But then, like, if you're like 3-14 or 3-25, like 6 games in a row, then maybe like, no, I'm gonna put this down.
I was going to play, but a damn alligator bit my hand off. Cut me down in my prime.
You can't play one game and be like, yo, I quit.
Well, it's not one game. What if it's 18 games in a row? And you're like, all right, this
it happens.
It takes people longer to. You know what? Fuck it. I quit. Or you're not my child.
You're not my child.
Or I could play Persona 5 and just enjoy myself.
As long as you enjoy it, that's all that matters. At the end of the day.
Oh man,
that's all that matters.
Why does every episode turn into this?
Because I want better for you. I don't get it.
You're just gonna have an episode titled "Intervention" one of these days.
I'm fairly certain we had one of those.
We did.
It was Hesh Revision.
It was a whole Hesh Revision.
It was I wouldn't say a whole. It was like a good 20.
It was mild,
like
but you know,
it wasn't like a whole episode dedicated.
Yeah, but he has to want to talk. One of these episodes soon, I'm gonna find a therapist that's gonna sit with you for like an hour and just talk to you and just get into your deepest, darkest secrets.
Oh, that's gonna be lit.
You're gonna have to have Dom on the episode. Like, I still love
you. But I mean, Hesh, as long as you're happy in some, as long as you're happy in some capacity, I guess that's cool. So let's
Easter,
see
man.
what else we got. Huh?
Oh, nothing.
I know it's Easter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move it on.
Moving on. So 500 PlayStation 2 games come to PS4 with one little catch.
Yes.
What is that little catch?
It is an emulator.
It's an emulator?
Yeah, it's only broken PS4s that can do it.
Oh,
that's the catch.
So it's not an official thing. This is
it's not.
You gotta jailbreak your PlayStation to get this shit.
Yeah, basically.
But can you jailbreak a PlayStation this late in the game?
Yeah, you can. Oh, it's late.
Yeah, I would say that
was late.
No, but I like
to do it.
But from what? Well, I've never jailbroken anything. So from what I was taught is that you get like the first console that comes out and you never update the shit, and then you're able to jailbreak it, and then you just never update the shit. You just play anything.
Well, I think this happened late in the game. So when I seen it, I was like, how the fuck are they able to do that? But then there's this program that this person, they actually interviewed him, that came out with the program. It can hack like over 500 PlayStation 2 games. So I was like, that's kind of cool.
I think that's more has to do with knowing the systems that are on the PlayStation. So I take it apart, find a way to get to that root core of the shit. So I think that's what matters more than whether it's a newer one or the older one.
Yeah, because I thought it was more like a software thing that
it is
get past.
So once you know the software, so I think the longer the software has been out, the probably more exploits people have been able to figure out, which is probably why it's easier to put more games on there. Versus when you first get it, you don't really know shit. It's just kind of hard to like get into it.
They said it worked fine.
Yeah, but 8 years in, now we know what's in there.
Yeah, but now that this news is out there, are they gonna patch the shit where it was like, hey,
I'm sure.
Stop.
But you
they might
take your shit offline. Probably that's probably the sacrifice you have to make. You just won't be able to like put it online, or just won't update it.
That's fucked up.
I mean, you got 500 games, dude.
That's a lot of games.
Yeah,
it's a lot of games.
It's a lot of quarantine time.
A lot of let's see. PS5's DualSense, not DualShock anymore. DualSense controller has been revealed. It's basically an Xbox Junior controller. So it's like, it's like if a fucking like an Xbox controller and a PS4 made a baby. It's this shit.
Yeah.
Like you shaped like your daddy, but you look like your mama.
Yeah.
Y'all be asking what's wrong with me. What's wrong with this motherfucker?
Yo, they've been asking me that since I was 8 years old. Nobody has told me.
Yeah.
Like, yo, what's wrong with you? I don't know. What? DualShock, DualSense, duals.
DualSense.
So what do we think of the controller? Do we like it? Do we dislike it? Do we think it's a ripoff? Do we think PS5 is trying some other shit? I don't know.
It's definitely a ripoff, man.
Yeah, facts. That's facts. I don't hate it as much as I think I've seen a few people on the internet. I still wish they did the staggered joysticks because I like that design better. That just, I don't know, it feels more comfortable in my hand, but but it's basically an Xbox controller. It does have triggers on the back bottom of the controller, so it does have an extra set of triggers.
Extra buttons.
And the two-tone color does throw me off. I would prefer like a solid color, unless I'm like custom modding it out. But I don't hate it. I know I've seen a lot of people talking shit about it. But it's like,
did you see the fan art?
I see. Yeah, some of them shits were funny.
Some of them shits look really good.
Yeah, some of them was dope, and some of them was just funny because it's putting like dumb shit on there too.
Yeah, it was one with all black and like the PlayStation logo had the original like colors, shit like that, the red, blue, and shit like that. Like, oh, that looked kind of cool.
So if they open up like a store like Xbox got for the modern controllers, that would actually be really dope.
I think they have to at this point because that's the only thing that they're missing.
And they stealing shit from Xbox, might as well.
You're right. Conform.
What do you think, Steve?
I think it looks just like it's like a white and black version of the Xbox controller. I don't know what the hell the big deal is. It's just the same buttons as the old PS3 or PS4.
Yeah.
You know, the pad in there and shit. I don't
that touchpad is something else though.
I like the touchpad, even though a lot of games didn't use it. They did make the light bar smaller, which I'm happy for because hopefully it won't kill the battery as fast. Because that's part of the reason why the batteries would die so quick. That fucking light bar stayed on and would always be on. So draining your battery. That's part of the reason why the batteries would die so quick. So hopefully the smaller light bar will alleviate some of that.
I feel like I never had a problem with batteries dying, especially with the PS4. I don't play anything long enough at one sitting for the battery to fully die.
Different. That's why, yeah.
Oh no, the battery. If you play something long enough for one sitting and the batteries die, that means you've been playing it entirely too goddamn long.
No, that's not true. The batteries just are garbage on that shit. I'm telling you. That shit lasts like 4 hours, dog.
Okay, don't you think you should take a break after 4 hours?
You would think that, but
if you're in the middle of the game, like if you're in the shit, you're just doing it. Like I know.
But that's not the
point. Now, 4 hours is a long time, but it also isn't that long. It's not like you was playing for like 12 hours.
But there is the fact that
6 to 10. That's straight.
Yeah, but there is the fact that most people. You can so you can hook it up by a wire and still play this shit. Why don't you just sit so close to your fucking Xbox?
Have you seen the wire that cover the PlayStation? That shit fucking tight, dog.
Yeah.
Compared to Xbox, compared to
you seen the meme on Twitter?
No.
Like people was shitting on Xbox users who still got to use batteries in the new Xbox Series X, but then like PlayStation 4 users got to be up and close and shit.
It's not because you gotta be like right up in the screen to get to
Pass the wire.
Pass the wire.
I don't lock doors in my house. Don't look at me, little puppy. Don't look at me.
Don't lock doors.
I'm bilingual. There's a difference.
I'm an Aztec warrior.
Yo, what's wrong with your dog, fool? Yo, Canada, what's that on your leg, man? Nothing.
It's not yogurt.
I think it's yogurt.
I think it's yogurt.
Oh man, but so Xbox controller versus PS5 controller, which one wins in y'all?
I mean,
or is there a difference, or is there?
Well, it has a built-in mic, so that's a big difference.
That's a cool feature that could
big ass difference.
Could be bad, could be good, because if somebody could just hack your shit and just be listening to you, like who knows?
This is the Pornhub. Like, oh, what are you doing? Oh shit!
Hesh don't have to worry about this shit. Because he don't fucking play with nobody.
Yeah, he don't watch porn on his console, so
yeah.
No, I do not. I don't. Why is that funny? Because I don't.
It's an excellent shirt. That's why.
It's just funny because they pin it on you all the time. That's the only thing.
No.
You're like McNulty here. Like, what the fuck did I do?
Yeah, for real. What the fuck did I do?
Porn is $1 billion business. We don't think that it's just Hesh.
Yeah.
Listen, I never said I don't watch porn. I said I don't watch porn on my console. There's a difference.
We know it's not you. I was like, damn, you must really like stepsisters.
And fucking my stepsister. Oh.
That has to be a porn too. Instead of stepbrothers, it has to be stepsisters.
I mean, it is sometimes,
I'm sure,
but it's still weird.
I'm pretty sure it's somewhere.
You got time now. I'm sure you'll find it, bro. I have faith.
There.
They're not related biologically. What is the problem?
All right. So, on to some DC Marvel news. So, Amber Heard faces prison if found guilty of falsifying evidence against Johnny Depp.
Good. Go to prison, nigga.
You want to call her a bitch so bad. Go to prison, bitch. Pestilence.
Pestilence, nigga.
I was gonna say
Nah, but that fucking recording that came out, it made it seem like Johnny Depp wasn't full of shit. He wasn't.
Yeah, he was kind of innocent in it.
He wasn't the aggressor.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. Like she was wilding and she was like, "I'm gonna just do this thing, and then no one's gonna believe me because I'm a woman." And that's what I'm saying. So if that's really the case, if that's factual, she should definitely serve some type of jail time for that because that's bullshit to like falsely accused a dude of beating it. He got in so much trouble for that shit.
Yeah. Yo, he lost his Pirates of the Caribbean franchise because of that shit.
And people was just shitting on him, and I'm probably one of them because I was like, you gotta believe women. And if she's fucking falsifying that shit, like, nah,
we gotta stop that shit, yo.
No, I'm
well, yes and no. You should.
We gotta stop that shit.
I think
you be lying, goddamn
it. You should take it seriously when they say stuff like that. But then wait, because obviously
that's the only when you're getting beat up by a woman. That's the only time it's cool to hit a woman, because at that point you are no longer like a woman. You are a human being trying to harm me and have to protect myself.
But that's a lose-lose situation, no matter what you do.
It is a lose-lose, but it's like, why didn't you leave? You couldn't defend yourself, or you're a man type of shit. But still, if a bitch would come at me with a knife or a gun, that's believe.
Oh no, that's different. That's a weapon.
Yo, you have to. I'm gonna knock you out. I'm gonna hit you with every fucking man force I have.
I'm gonna pretend I'm in the elevator real quick.
What, type of that shit? That's what you gonna do?
Nah, but good for her. If she's going to jail, then go to jail.
Jesus.
Let's see. Scott Snyder is pitching a Nightwing story to DC.
Yeah.
Is this for movies?
Yeah, it's for a series.
Oh,
it's one of the original comic book writers for Nightwing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know he's one of the comic book writers. I didn't know if it was for like a movie or
not for a series. It's for a series. So possibly like a Titan spinoff. Oh, most likely. If you think of Nightwing, I'm just thinking automatically. The Nightwing you got is pretty good. So
it's for DC Universe.
I'm just thinking because it said DC series, so I'm thinking DC series.
It might be on some CW shit. You never know. It might be looking for some shit to fucking replace Green Arrow.
I gotta be.
Nah, they got Batwoman for that. Even though
something to replace Green Arrow.
With something to carry it.
How you gonna disrespect her like that, yo?
Ain't nobody watching it. Wasn't nobody watching that shit pre-corona? Ain't nobody watching that shit post-corona? Ain't nobody watching that shit, B.
Listen,
women-led shows don't do good. Black shows.
That's not true.
Well, yeah, keep in mind too. I mean, with the superhero genre, is mostly dudes that watch those shows anyway. There's not that many women that are into superhero stuff, so it's no surprise that the women-led ones don't do as well.
Well, I mean, Supergirl been on the air for like 5 years, right?
It doesn't mean it does as well as like Arrow and the Flash.
That's because it was tangible because of the Arrow, right?
The other shows on that network pay for that show, so I was like, all right, we need something.
All right, you got me on that. I definitely only watched like the first episode. I was like, cool.
Yeah, exactly. Once you saw that Jimmy Olsen was the big black nigga from fucking whatchamacallit, you like, all right, I'm done.
Fuck, God damn it.
The show, the game.
Nah, damn it.
What the fuck?
Oh, damn.
Vampire
you know what I'm talking about, though.
Vampire shit.
Yeah.
True Blood.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the nigga with the small head.
Eggs.
No neck.
Eggs.
He's Jax now, right?
Oh, yeah, he was.
He's Jax in the Mortal Kombat movie, right?
I just know that he was.
Wear that shit body.
He was.
It happens when you ain't supposed to be that strong and you work out.
Yeah, he do, man. He shaped like Franklin. Like, remember? Hey, it's Franklin. That's what he like. Come into my house. He looks just like that. Just look at the picture with no stash. That's
what the fuck is wrong with him? Y'all come at me. What's wrong with that?
What? He do it like Franklin.
Look like Franklin.
Neck mad, small, body bad built.
Yo, wait, can we not talk about Franklin no more? Because wasn't that like a Bill Cosby show?
That was Little Bill.
No, that was Little Bill.
Yeah.
Right, wait, is Franklin a turtle?
Yeah.
That makes it worse. That makes it worse. He said Roman is built like a cartoon turtle, nigga.
He does.
You got that.
He's a middle-aged mutant Ninja Turtle.
This nigga Slash.
This dude is stupid.
But what was we talking about?
I don't know.
Scott Snyder.
Yeah.
Nightwing.
Nightwing.
Do we want to see a Nightwing standalone?
Yeah, sure. Nightwing is my favorite DC character. You know how many years I spent playing Robin as toys? Like, I was like, yo, this nigga got to upgrade.
I mean,
he's been Nightwing for a minute now.
Yeah.
What's the Robin that they killed off?
That was
killed off.
Yeah, Jason Todd.
Oh yeah.
But he came back as Red Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that they had, like back in the days when he was in the comics, they had like a contest, like in the
they called in.
Books. You had to call in to see if he lives or dies,
and they want him to die.
It was like he got to die.
Yeah,
like, was that bad?
Well, I don't even know if he's that bad, but he was the first Robin after.
Like, yeah, they didn't like him.
Dick Grayson? Yeah.
So
after
he wasn't
Grayson
he wasn't well received, and they had people vote whether or not he lived or died, and they all voted that he would die. And then when they killed him, they were like, "Oh, damn, you didn't have to do
kill it."
Oh, damn,
Like, you ain't do it.
Like that shit.
I thought you were just gonna make him leave. I didn't think you were gonna beat him to death.
No, crowbar him.
He came back a badass. It worked out.
Nah, but that shit was in like headlines. Like Batman's gonna kill. I mean, yeah, the Batman comics is gonna kill Robin. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. They killed Damian.
When?
They killed Damian in the comic.
Did they?
Yeah, this is like last year. Yeah, they killed
Damian.
Damian.
He a little dickhead anyway.
God damn, that was Batman's son. Batman can never have no peace.
Fuck him, the little cocksucker. He had it coming.
God damn. Like, Batman's life is like miserable as fuck. Like, everybody died in his family.
That's the point.
Especially now.
See, that's why he be sprouting semen everywhere. So you don't know who's gonna live.
He has $1 billion. Yo, he can buy any bitch he want. I have $1 billion.
Yeah, I mean,
fuck anybody I want.
I mean, that's not what happened with Damon.
What?
That's not what happened.
With what?
With Damon. He didn't spread his seed per se.
Yeah, not him, but
man, he didn't even like that bitch.
She took it.
Oh, that's what happened in the comic. She raped him.
Yeah, she drugged the lady. She drugged him, and she took it.
She Cardi beat him.
He didn't know that nigga existed until after he was like 5.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Oh yeah, by the way, I drugged you, fucked you, and took your semen and made it.
Right. He's like, I like it though.
He was asleep. He was asleep.
Yo, what if Batman is fucking Denzel and Ricochet?
Oh no, not that shit. No, he had to clap. That was something different. That was a good movie though.
That was a great fucking movie. Ice-T always plays. He always has the same scowl.
Right. That's his face though.
Right.
What you want from us?
Even as the kangaroo, he had the same fucking face.
Right? He was hopping and shit. Come on, Tank Girl.
You can't fucking pay me to hop.
You can pay me to hop. You pay me $2 million, goddamn it. I'll hop all you want.
Yeah.
Hop all you want
in the fucking 90s.
Shit. I'll hop all over this motherfucker.
Hop all over this bitch.
You want.
A hip hop parade for you motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said,
"What you say, human white man? I will hop for you, master."
Human white man.
I was just listening, man. I didn't even say nothing on that.
Is that the name of this episode? Human white man.
I don't know because Steve's on it, so it might be racist.
Oh, I know.
I'll sign off on that one. I'm gonna shoot you so bad, my dick is hard.
I'll always reference that in some way.
What is it? So you
might be at the checkout line.
When we were talking about Power. When Ghost was about to hit Tasha, he was like, so bad, my dick's hard. Yeah.
You gotta watch Law & Order SVU. He's got some great lines in that.
Yo, Law & Order is
like making fun of perps
good.
And stuff. What's the matter? You mad because she saw your little pee-pee?
Hey, yo, don't call my dick no pee-pee.
I'm mad this shit's still on the air.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, you know Stabler's coming back?
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah,
that's another thing. I forgot to put that as the topic. Stabler's coming back.
Yeah.
PP.
I like Stabler.
He was cool.
Laughing at PP.
Like levels to it. Like,
my dick a PP.
PP.
It's like
you can tell the size. Yeah.
It's like PP, penis, dick, and cock.
Yeah. Nah, there's more. It's like PP, wiener, like schlong, lang, hog.
Just like it's 4 levels to ass, it's 4 levels to like dick. It's like you have a behind, a butt, a booty, and an ass.
That's like the 4th gate.
Yeah, it's like the 4th. Like, yo, she got ass. Like, oh, that bitch got a long back. She got a behind.
She got a pancake
plank.
You know, last time you seen a bitch with a behind?
Behind.
When's the last time you've been to Kansas? No offense to anybody in Kansas.
I don't know this is a Kansas. We got all this is a Kansas yet.
You never know. Might be one motherfucker in a cornfield. Hey, I like these niggas.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
You can my mom, sister like that.
On your side, Steve.
Yeah. Those 3 Asian fellas are all right, but that white guy sure is an Asian fella.
Goddamn white fella.
You had a black man.
Well, they said they were ninjas. I just assumed they were Asian.
I just thought they were Asian.
Yeah, we're Asiatic black man.
Last 3 episodes were about coronavirus.
Black knees.
JLX said it. We Asiatic black man.
Asiatic black man. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, let's see.
I don't know. I got some questions for you, gentlemen, if you guys want them.
I want all the smoke, minus the Joe Tian.
Facts.
Let's see. James Gunn says Rocket Raccoon will play a big part in Guardians 3. I tried to told y'all niggas, y'all didn't heard me.
What happened?
Would you tell us about Rocket Raccoon?
Right?
I said, yo, because the only storyline that they haven't dove into is Rocket Raccoon in his origin story. So it was like it has to be the origin of him and the scientist and how he came to be. Because everybody know where Drax came from, Gamora came from, fucking Star-Lord came from. All we don't know is this nigga got a bionic spine and he can hold guns.
You got the Khalil?
Yeah. So it's like that's the only one we don't know. So it has to be the origin story of him and the scientist, and he has to figure out where he comes from and why he's a regular raccoon that just happens to talk.
You right. You got that. He came from Earth.
They alluded to it in the first
one, yeah.
Saying they're torn apart and put back together over and over again.
Yeah. So it's a lot of animals like Rocket out in the world. They just know him as of right now because he's part of the Guardians, but this doctor experiments on a lot of animals, and he's done this shit. They just spread all over the galaxy, though.
Shit, did he do the Howard the Duck?
I don't know. I think Howard the Duck come from a planet of ducks.
He's just coming from a planet full of talking ducks.
Yeah.
Mad Duck Man.
Yeah, mad ducks and shit. All
right.
Let's see. And Black Widow's alternate death scene.
Yeah, you seen that?
Did we all see it?
I did not.
You didn't?
Come on, Hesh. Damn. Watch it right now.
I didn't know that was in there. My bad.
Yeah, it was in there.
If you go to comic book Instagram, they have it there. But it's basically she's having a shootout with Thanos' team. And
click it on the link in the keep. It'll show it.
Yeah.
Let me see.
So basically, she sacrifices herself at the end.
She dies regardless.
So it's basically she's having a shootout. Her and Hawkeye. Like she's having a shootout. Hawkeye has nothing but swords, no arrows and shit. So he just slicing dice and shit. And then she gets shot through the body. Wow. And then she sees Thanos coming. Then she sees that the only reason that they were there was to get the stone. So she yeets herself off a cliff. Hawkeye says, "Damn, no." And then she falls to her death, and then I guess they all just transport back to where they was, and then it's just like the end. But
it's the same exact ending. It's
the same result, but it's a different reenactment.
Instead of them fighting over who kills himself, it's them in the middle of a war.
Basically.
Which I'm like, how the fuck did it get to that?
I mean, because Thanos went there to get the fucking the stone
as well.
Yeah, but at what time period is what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just but because remember Gamora?
Nebula got got caught, and she was able to see your memories and see all the things. So I think that information got to him. So that's
but when did you have to go to the same time period? Is what I'm saying. So
I think they went because
unless the world is like out of this just this realm where time doesn't matter and shit is just there.
Well, no,
I understand.
Black Widow and Hawkeye and War Machine and Nebula all went back to the same time period. They were just they split up and they went to different places.
Oh, they did.
So when Nebula got all fucked up and they that
shit.
No,
when they read her mind. So that's how it would have happened. But I could see why they went with the one they went with because I didn't think it was as good.
Yeah, I mean, the one I seen, the context of it is kind of off. I kind of like the one they did where they was fighting to see who throws who off the cliff. It was more of a dramatic thing. Like them just being shot at. It was like it was cool. Like either one would have worked, but it's like I like the one where they was fighting each other because they have so much history
together.
Yeah. So it made more sense to do it that way.
Had more impact.
As long as I got paid for that day, I don't care. You gonna have me do all these fucking theatrics.
They probably spent like 3 days making that whole scene that they didn't even fucking use.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that happens all the time, right?
But where's the director's cut of where all this shit is? Like, I want to see, like, because this isn't the only like alternate scene of anything. So where
they do it out?
I'm pretty sure it's on the DVD box. I'm pretty sure it's on like the DVD box set.
It was unfinished as fuck.
So where was this one? It was just in the fucking vault. So there's like, hey, everybody's home to watch this shit. Let's throw this shit as like the Rona ending. Shit.
No, I'm pretty sure. I think it was on. It's like with anything, it probably was been on that DVD box set or whatever the fuck.
But somebody decided to rip
it.
Yeah,
they just decided to put it out today, and it just gained steam. I didn't get it because didn't they come out with like the fucking collector edition with like all
the
movies mixed
together? Saga thing. It's like a couple $100.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it was on that collection. I'm sure.
Yeah, it's like the thing with the first Blade movie. It had fucking Morbius in it, and they didn't show that part. They just cut it out.
Because
it happened.
I didn't know that.
There's been a few.
You ain't see that?
No, I've seen the movie. I love the movie. I didn't ever know it was that Morbius was supposed to be in it.
Yeah, they threw it out. It was just Morbius on top of this shit, and he was like, "Oh, you look like you still got a job to do," and then it just cut, and that was it. And I guess Morbius was supposed to be the sequel, and he wasn't. They just turned it to who was it? Nomad.
Yeah,
Nomad.
The Blood Squad.
Yeah, which I kind of like that movie. I like that movie.
It was all right.
I liked it better than the second.
It was all right.
I liked it better than the second one.
I like the first one the best.
Yeah,
it's the best one.
Easily the best one. Did you guys get the Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 for the Switch?
I did. Yeah. I did not like it.
Really?
I didn't make it out the jail.
I didn't like it as much as I wanted to because like they changed it up too much. Like they dumbed it down. I think the combat compared to the other ones, and I didn't like it as much as I thought I would.
Nah, man, I'm still playing that. And they added so much DLC. They had like Blade is in it, Morbius. Like they added everybody in that shit. But
every time I go online on my Switch, he playing that shit.
I don't know. Maybe I'll hop back on. I don't know. When I was playing, I was like, it's not bad. Like I liked it, but it just didn't feel quite the same. I was like, I don't know what they changed and that didn't quite click with me the way that.
Well, they really only like that first one they did for Xbox. That was easily the best one, and then they dumped it down since then because the second one sucked.
Yeah,
it did.
Maybe I don't know. So maybe they just kept going. I was like, nah, this ain't clicking the way I thought it would. But I played. I think I beat the story. I think I played and beat the story, and I was like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, I gotta get back into that shit because I paid for it. That's the only reason I play it.
Yeah.
So like I played this shit. I might have got out the job. I might have got to the part where you fight the boss with Spider-Man, and then I just put the shit down.
Yeah, that's like the second.
Yeah, I'm saying like I got out the jail and just put the shit down. Like I was like I just quit after that.
Yeah,
but
there's a lot of characters in that. I thought that was the cool part.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. I have to go back because when I obviously played it when it first came out, so it wasn't as many characters.
They added a lot,
but now the last thing I remember, I know they put Colossus and Cyclops, and that's like the last thing I remember.
Damn, you weren't in it from the beginning?
No, not as playable characters.
Yo, did y'all know Colossus was gay now?
Yeah, they did that in the Ultimate series.
Oh, they didn't announce that? What a surprise.
That was old. That was old back in the early 2000s. That was when that was the whole reason why he left his family in Russia was because they found out he was gay, and that was when he discovered he had powers. And all of a sudden, they walk in on him and another guy in bed, and he's like, "Oh!" And all of a sudden, he's metal.
Drilling with a steel dick. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
What?
No, nothing.
No, don't say it.
Okay.
Whatever it is, it's not important.
I do have something to say.
What you gonna say?
It's not about that, but you remember we were talking about Onward and Lena Waithe? Mm-hmm. Yo, that scene where she mentions that she's gay is so fucking small. They didn't have to announce that shit. It's like 2 sentences, 5 seconds.
I don't think it was about the scene per se, more as
I hate when Hesh just defends this shit. I hate when you defend this shit every time,
man. Somebody gotta do it.
I don't why the fuck yo, they did not have to have a press release. They made it seem like it was a big deal. But I watched this shit, I was like, that was it.
No, listen, I'm not disagreeing with you about that part about they didn't need a press release. I'm just saying I don't think the press release was about that the scene is very impactful to the story. I think they're just saying, hey, this person exists in the story. It wasn't about the impact in the story per se. It was just like, oh, this is a thing. But
it was like 2 sentences. Yeah. If you wasn't paying attention, you would have missed it.
Yeah, again, I don't think it wasn't about the impact. It wasn't about how impactful it was to the story. It was just saying, hey, we have a first gay Pixar character or some shit. But it wasn't like, oh, this is a fucking big deal or a motivator in the actual story.
It's just virtue signaling. They want to get that info out there so people say, "Oh, look, it's a progressive movie. We'll go see it." And not that anything about that is bad. It's just that why that shouldn't be a selling point.
It just wasn't a big deal. It was like
you don't.
When I watched the movie, I thought it was going to be like you was going to actually see something happen, but it was like it was literally like 2 seconds. Like what happened was the two kids they kind of did some atrocious totada shit where they just disguised themselves as a stepdad. Yeah, like they disguised themselves as a stepdad. The stepdad was a Minotaur. He was a cop. So Lena Waithe's character, she was a cop. She was a mystical being. She was a cop. So they were talking to each other. She's like, "Oh, my kids, my stepkids," because like their father died. So they was taking on the persona of the stepdad because he was a cop. And then he was talking to Lena Waithe's character, and then Lena Waithe's character was like, "Oh, you have problems with your stepkids? Oh, I have my problem with my girlfriend's kid or something like that." And then she was like, "Yeah, she makes me want to pull my hair out." And that was it. It was like literally like 5 seconds. I was like, "That was it? That's what you had to have a press release for?" It was like, I don't know.
Because they had to let people know there was a gay character in the movie.
Yeah, they got to let people know. But why can't you just let it happen organically, and then that way that actually normalizes it instead of trying to make like a show of it? Oh, look
you made it like this big thing. Like now, I was looking for it. That was the thing. I was looking for it. But then when it happened, I was like, "That was it." It wasn't that serious.
I mean, you got to play to the sensitivities of certain people because they don't want to be blindsided by gay.
But nothing gay
just
happened.
a mention of it,
yeah. Mention of it.
But,
nothing gay happened.
Just a mention of it is enough for some people.
That's enough for some people to write in letters and try to get shit canceled and banned. Is you know how people are.
They be charged up.
You don't think they're gonna write in letters anyway?
I mean,
like they're ready for it, bro. They know it's coming.
I'd rather ask for forgiveness than permission. So it's like do it and then be like, "Oh, we didn't think it was a big deal." Then deal with that, but don't. I don't know. That's just me. But they do what they want.
I feel you.
That's what they have to do.
They're also trying to get press for the movie too, because
they could
do the whole theatrical release anyway.
Yeah, that's why I feel like it was for like the gay community who watched this, but it was like a short ass part, so it didn't really matter.
That's whatever.
I feel you, dog. I wasn't watching shit anymore.
That was a good movie. Nah, it was a good movie. It almost made me cry.
Oh yeah, that's just a tearjerker. That shit ain't fair.
Yeah,
I watch that shit alone.
What if I watch it? I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it alone, and I'm not gonna cry.
Yeah,
nigga, you don't have a soul.
The way it happens is not how you think it would happen. You think that something would happen, and you would see it, but no, the nigga didn't get a chance to see it. But
Hesh doesn't have a soul.
I have one of those.
Then why don't you cry?
Listen, Hesh likes My Chemical Romance. You know he cries. He's just not telling anybody.
No. Listen, I'm not above crying. I'm not like I'm so tough I never cry. I'm not saying I don't cry in the sense like, oh, I'm too tough I can cry. I just generally have not had that much welling of emotion to get me to the point where I am shedding tears.
You're all bottled up, bro. You got to let it out.
Oh, well, probably, but no, you just keep it inside and die.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah. So we got any more questions, man? I mean, any more topics?
Nah, I think that's it.
I think that's pretty much it. So, right, Steve, the floor is yours. Anything you want to ask us or ask Hesh or delve into why Hesh doesn't cry?
I know, Dom, you've already been on my show. We've had a nice conversation before.
Right.
One of the things I want to ask you guys, just since now like the No Smoke Fridays have been big, how much time do you generally have like for gaming? How much time do you spend? Because for me, like right now it's the weekend and nobody can go outside, so I have a little extra time. But normally, like if I get 1 or 2 hours like a week, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Especially with, I know like Dom, Bobby, you guys both have kids.
Yeah.
Like Hesh, I'm sure you probably have quite a bit more free time than the three of us.
Right. For me, it's basically, I have my days off, and then after I get home from work, I don't feel like doing shit. So basically, what I do is I'll watch a movie or something like that, or I'll just try to unwind by listening to music, something like that. I have maybe like on days I do work, maybe like 3-4 hours of free time to game. On my day off, I have the entire day, unless I got something else to do, whether it be like a podcast or whether it be hosting something. But I would say like in a week span, like a 7-day span, I maybe got 12, 14 hours to spare. But then as an adult.
Just for gaming?
Just for gaming, because as an adult, you don't have a lot of free time. So it's like either I'm tired from work and I really don't want to do shit, or it's like I want a game, but I have, X, Y, and Z to take care of. I have to go shopping. I have to go pay this bill. I have to, look up this. I have to do this, that, and the third. It's not really like I want to, but it's just that I can't. I really can't.
I don't know. For me, it differs because I'm like, I don't know, mood based. So sometimes I'm not always in the mood to play video games. So I think that's part of the problem. I have to be in the mood for it. So sometimes I'll be in like a mood to play games for like 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm playing, and then I'll hit a spot where I just don't play shit. That's like what happened with Pokemon. I was playing Pokemon, I was really into it, and then after a while, I hit that wall, and it's like, yeah, and I haven't gone back. I just played Last of Us because I had Friday off, so I started playing Last of Us. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna just play this because I haven't actually played it. I played all that Friday.
Oh, you beat it?
Yeah, I beat it. I played it Thursday night, Friday, and I think I beat it yesterday. So then after that, I jumped into Persona. And so right now I'm in a gaming mood. 2 weeks from now, I might fucking hit a wall and I won't play shit for like 2 months. So it for me it depends.
What about you, Bobby?
Closing a goddamn door.
Let me see. For me, it depends on because I usually play multiplayer games. Like right now, I'm playing Call of Duty. That's like my multiplayer game. I can't get too caught up into multiple games. Like let's say like when I bought Jedi Fallen Order, right? I was playing that on Grandmaster. I got to a certain point where I was like, I ain't gonna beat this nigga. So so I just stopped it. I was like, all right, let me stop because I usually do that. I stop and then come back. Then I'll be like, this shit wasn't as hard as I thought it was. I didn't pick that up yet, but I got to a certain point and I left that where it was at. As far as playing video games, it's not that hard. It's just like now I gotta like sort of train my daughter to play the game. like just recently I was playing Tekken, and then she reads and shit. She's like 5, so she was like, Tekken 7? You're playing Tekken 7? I was like, all right, nigga, grab the controller.
You're the controller.
So I got her playing it. As far as playing video games on the regular, it depends. Like it's kind of like Domino. It depends on my free time. Like right now, I'm kind of like off, so I got all the time in the world. But most of the time, I usually play multiplayer games, like Call of Duty and shit. That's about it. And
something to jump in and out real quick.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little bit like Domino. I gotta have somebody to play with, but with Hesh's point, I gotta be in the mood. Like I can't play like multiplayer games by myself. I don't like doing that shit because it's no fun. I'm just sitting here talking to myself. And then when you get online and shit like that, some people are so competitive. Like if you fuck up, like they'll curse you out and shit.
Yeah, my shit is that I don't want my mind to be working still because I get home from work and it's like I want to unwind. So it's like I gotta play this game. I gotta be competitive and try to win and think of like shit so I can win the game. It's like I don't want my mind to just be constantly going like I need to unwind and watch something that's just either mind numbing or just something that I enjoy.
Yeah.
The reason
so generally
no, go ahead.
No, I was just saying generally I'll just come home and listen to music, turn the TV on, and just have it in background or just whatever. I don't really play as much games as I feel like I should.
The reason I bring that up is because I know like there's some guys that you're married, you get a girlfriend, or if you got kids, like you got to balance that time. And it's like, do you ever? I know for me, sometimes I feel guilty, especially like these games are so good, you just get sucked into it. Like I feel guilty telling my own kid like, hey, you're playing the game too much, and next thing you know, like I don't want to put the shit down myself. My wife's like, can we have dinner, please? Like we're waiting here. I'm like, I'll be right down. 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
You kind of have a different perspective than I have, like, because my girl plays Resident Evil. I don't play that shit because I'm too scared of it. I don't play that shit. I watch her play that shit.
Baby, watch out!
I can't play scary games. Like I can watch scary. I can watch scary movies with impunity. Nothing scares me when it comes to movies. Video games? Hell no, because it's like I'm in that shit.
Yeah, because it's interactive.
Yeah. Resident Evil VR, fucking. What was it? 7?
Yeah.
Some shit? VR? No.
Thank you. No, thank you.
No, I'm not playing that shit. Nope.
Oh, yeah,
Still didn't go up the stairs.
I won't
to this day. No. Yeah.
It's definitely different because I know for me, like my wife, she was never into any like nerd stuff, never video games, even like comic book movies. Like she was never into any of that stuff. And then she met me, and I'm trying to kind of ease her into it and get her interested, but it's not easy, and I don't want to overstep my the free space she gives me, you know what I mean?
Right.
You want to push too hard.
Exactly. And it's easy to do that nowadays. I see it happen with my son too, like, oh, bro, come on, take it easy. You get a little like twitchy now.
I mean, but that's expected of kids because they get so attached to something. So it's like they just want to play it. Because like as kids, as a kid, I was like that. Where it was like I don't want to go outside. I just want to play this game. Yeah,
but we still do that. We still do that. Like think about last time you got a new game. It was good. Like Spider-Man. Spider-Man PS4 came out. You don't want to do nothing. I mean, I know. For me, I'll admit this. There's definitely times when like I think to myself, I could just stay up till like 1. Like, I don't have to go to work tomorrow. But then you got to like talk yourself off that ledge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, all right, what the fuck am I saying here? Come on, let's be real.
Yeah. Like the problem with me is like I don't get addicted to many games, but I know what games I get addicted to. Like I was telling them before I even started Fantasy Star Online, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna end up getting addicted to this shit. I know it because I was addicted to DC Universe the same exact way. I used to play that shit for like 3-4 hours a day faithfully. Yeah. So I was playing this shit and I was like,
here we go.
Addicted.
Oh, here we go again.
Customizing fucking weapons and shit. Like, now I'm fucking on it.
Yeah, and it's different for you now because you laid off of work right now.
I ain't gotta do shit.
It'd have been different when it's like, okay, I have a time limit. I have to go to sleep because I have to get up and go to work. Yeah. Now you ain't got that problem. So he's like, I gotta just be in this shit all day.
Right.
That's how I feel with Pokemon right now because I'm tired of losing. So it's like I gotta fucking breed these motherfuckers. I gotta get these eggs. I gotta get these teams set. I gotta see what works with what. So when it goes on YouTube, I'm not just looking like the asshole that just got lucky and beat Hesh one time, and then the Hesh is beating everybody. I'm like, I can play too.
I can play too.
I was good at one point.
I'm smart. I'm smart, Mike. I can do things.
And you know what's funny about that one time you beat me is like, you know how you now is like, oh, I'm not prepared. I'm not playing.
Yeah.
The same thing happened to me. I stopped playing. Like I was playing it. It was trying to set it up, and by the time we actually got to playing, I had stopped playing it for like a month.
Yeah.
I just grabbed whatever, and I was like, fuck it, and then I lost. Now I was like, now you're in the same boat I was in. Like you don't really have the time, or you're just not doing it the same way. And you fucking playing, and I was like, damn, it's like fuck. I got to dedicate some time to actually do this. But then you're like, I got you.
But with the Switch is different because I get to undock that shit and take it with me. So like I'll take it to work and like on my break or when I got some free time, I'll just be like riding around trying to breed eggs and shit. So I was like, that's cool. But when I got actual time to like sit down, I'd be like, now that I'm home, I don't want to play this shit.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. The mood guy.
It really is mood because like I get home from work, it's like, do I really want to sit here and try to, worry about some shit that's gonna happen like 4 weeks from now, where it's like I gotta beat these motherfuckers up.
And
that shit fluctuates for me.
Especially with that Pokemon shit because it takes so much time.
It's chess.
Yeah.
I don't want to think that hard.
Yeah, like you have to like, okay, I need this Pokemon.
It's chess, but you got.
Yo, when it was 150, I was Gucci.
Yeah. And then you gotta get the eggs. But this ain't what I need. I gotta fucking do this fucking 35 times before I get the one thing I need.
Yo, when it was 150, and it's like, yo, you got this type that goes against this type.
Oh, so I don't have a Ditto.
That was
I have a Ditto, but it doesn't.
It's just the fact of doing it.
You gotta do it, and it doesn't always give you what you necessarily want.
So you gotta get the perfect
IVs,
what you mean, though? The perfect EVs, the perfect nature,
the
perfect moves, and then
the perfect. See, the perfect nature. This is what you do with this is what you do in perfect nature. You just see what I do is I just do the battle tower.
Yeah, but that
just do that. It's
that
easy.
Time too. It's easier.
Like I found out a way to beat these motherfuckers in like 2 minutes.
You can get the mints and then you can whatever. But
just do it that way.
But that still takes time because you got to fight.
But you got to do the battle tower online. You can't do it in the game because
yes,
you can. You don't need to do it. You can do
it. But what I'm saying is they only give you 2 battle points each win.
Yeah.
And you need 50 battle points to get a mint.
It depends if you upgrade. If you upgrade to another level, they give you like 10.
Yeah, but then after you beat them,
once you max it out, you only then you're done. Like they're not gonna give you the 50 joint.
Yo, Hesh, they not hearing me.
I got you.
So once you get the Master Ball tier,
you ain't got the answer, Hesh.
I got the answer.
They don't give you more points. They only so once you hit the Master Ball tier and you keep going, they only give you 2 battle points. So you have to get 2 and 2. It's like who the fuck wants to do that mind number shit? Nigga, I'm going to sleep.
One.
Yo,
why do you have that? Listen,
all you gotta do. You gotta have dittos. You save dittos in like the most common nature types, and then you give them the Destiny Knot and the Everstone.
But I don't have a 6-star Ditto.
Oh, that's what I got. That maybe it's easier for me.
I don't have.
I just bring that shit to the perfect fucking.
Nah, do that shit now. They got fucking 5 EV Dittos in the fucking dens right now. Oh, shit. You check that shit. They got like they got this whole baby raid for Easter.
I guess I'm gonna go do that if I feel motivated enough after this. But I need that. That makes it. But again, there's a lot of steps to like if you're gonna do it and then actually try to do it decently well.
Yeah, you gotta do it
to make the Pokemon worth using it against motherfuckers who just all they doing is focusing on this shit.
Right.
It takes a lot of time. You can't just catch a team of 6 and be like, I'm good to go.
Yeah, but
you have to build it from the ground up.
That's what happened the first time when I got scraped.
Yeah, but like most of these dudes, they just take for what they see on the internet, so you kind of know what they're doing. Like the dude that was playing with us with the fucking Dragovich, I knew exactly what he put on the shit.
Yeah, but it fucking worked.
Exactly what he put. Yeah, I know it worked, but it's a way to counter that shit. There's a way to counter that shit.
We did not.
Yeah, I know, because I didn't know he was gonna use that. But when you know what he's gonna use, it's
a way to counter everything.
It's easier.
Like, do you have it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. So
how well-rounded is your team? How set up are you to handle all like the common threats like that one, like the Tyranitar, like all those different ones.
Exactly.
Yeah, so what most people use online is nothing new. Like I know exactly where they get their strategy from. It's from this dude who won the World Pokemon League. I know exactly where they got it from.
I mean, if you know what works, you're gonna use what works.
Yeah.
Because it works.
Well, there's like the top tier. You're just gonna see the same group of over and over.
Dragapult, fucking
Dragapult,
Score Bunny,
Tyranitar.
Some people use fucking Corviknight.
I got something for you motherfuckers next time. I'm tired of y'all.
Like it was like when I was doing against Dominican Cowley. Nobody done that before. Nobody done that before. He didn't know what the fuck. He knew I was doing when he kept saying
that. You didn't post that one yet.
Yeah,
that video not out yet. Fuck
yeah.
Stop going to the future. We didn't have that fight yet.
Stop going to the future. Bobby McFly, relax.
For real. What's wrong with fried chicken?
Yo, Dom, you said you had questions for me. I'm curious, bro. What'd you have?
Well, my questions for you were centered around basically like your relationship and how that came to be. It was more so for like the podcast, but like I'm more interested in your relationship because you found your wife on like a whim.
Oh yeah, so we got a good story.
Real good.
So like, did you go to? So was it a boy trip or was it a bachelor party that you went to New Orleans for?
It was a bachelor party. It was my boy's bachelor party. It was like 13 dudes. We all went down and just
you found a girl, Mardi Gras?
Random. It's just like a random bar, right?
Well, no. Well, it just so happened that she was there that same weekend for her best friend's bachelorette party.
And she's not even from New Orleans.
Nah, she's from Miami. Right? Yeah. And I seen her there, and I was like, oh, you know, like when you see like a super hot chick, where you're like, oh my god, she's.
Wow,
it's like I'm just like elbowing my boy Drew. I'm like, she's so hot. I'm gonna make a scene. What do I do? I don't know.
Like I gotta talk to her.
You know, of course, somebody else in the group like scared them off, like said something weird. And then like the next day, I seen them all at another bar. So I was like, all right, well, you know, why not just say something? I walked up and started talking. Yeah, and we never even got to hang out really after that. Like they, you know, one of them lost their phone and it became a big thing. And I was like, all right, whatever. I just chalked it up to I'll never see them again. And then just so happens that the next day, her friend hit me up, say, hey, sorry we didn't get back to you. You know, I lost my phone. I was like, all right, well, you know, no big deal. I don't care. Like, there's, you know, no worries. It's just a shame. I was gonna put the charm on your friend Betty. And she said, oh, well, it just so happens that you know, she's single. This is her phone I'm texting you from.
Oh
shit!
I got the number.
I did it. I was tapping the guys at the bus, like, remember the hot chick? I got her number.
Yeah.
And it, you know, it just became like, you know, texting back and forth. I didn't really think anything would come of it. And then a few months later, she was like, hey, I'm going to be in New York on a little girls trip. You know, if you want to meet up. I said, goddamn right I do.
Goddamn right.
Goddamn right.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then it just so happens that we had such a good time. My parents moved to Florida that same year. So for Thanksgiving, I went down to see my mom, and she's like an hour or so, like an hour and a half north of Miami. And I was like, yo, I'm going to be in your neck of the woods. And we met up again.
What up?
Yeah.
What up, though?
So then I was talking shit to my boys. This one night I was like, yo, no, we had a good time. Like, watch this. I bet you watch. They're going to invite me to the wedding of the bachelorette party that they were down there for. That same night, she hit me up. She said, hey, you know, I don't have a date to the wedding. I don't know if you're free, but, you know, it's going to be in Jamaica. So I know it's kind of last minute. And I was like, I was single and I was making money at the time. I was like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Fuck yeah, I'm going.
Irie man.
Yeah.
Irie man.
Just showed up there, you know, like the only white guy there, and like the big group of like Hispanics. Wagwan.
Wagwan.
Wagwan, Mayu.
What I deal with.
Mariah Stokes.
My name's Steve.
Yeah.
Stephan.
Stephan.
Hey, so, brother. They call me Omega Red Stripe.
Omega Red Stripe.
So you went to the.
I went to the wedding. Yeah.
The wedding. Now, I'm guessing like after that it became more serious, right?
That was the weekend that we first made it official. You know, we were actually exclusive.
Okay. Now, how did you know she was the one though?
How did I know she was the one? Well, I'm gonna say this about my wife. My wife, you know, like a lot of guys say, like women are more thoughtful than men. They do all like the nice shit that we don't think of. Right. My wife goes so far above and beyond because she's from Cuba, so she lived, you know, in communism until like 2000, 2001 when she first came here. So you come from a place where everybody has nothing. You know, it's like that communal mindset where like we share. Like if I got a piece of chicken, that's all I got. I'm gonna split it with you because I care about you. I fuck with you. So, but she came here and she has that same mentality, but she's so giving and she's always thinking about how she can go the extra mile for everybody else. And it's like that on top of that. And I mean, on top of being easily the hottest girl that's ever talked to me, it was kind of like, she made it easy. Like we have the same kind of way of thinking in a lot of things, even though we're totally different. We fit because she was a different person than I was, but it kind of fit the opposite pieces, like the whole yin and yang. You know, they say opposites attract. Usually that's a bunch of shit, I think. But sometimes if you meet someone who's got, you know, the right kind of difference, it works. So I just, you know, honestly, there was a bunch of times I'm sure it could have just not worked out, or we could have just been like, well, I guess this is it. If one of us just didn't decide to keep working on it, and I just decided, I was like, I'm not gonna be the reason this doesn't work out. So I always tried to make it work. And now, just so happens it did.
Speaking of not working out, how was the conversation of moving her from Miami to Jersey? Because I'm not leaving Miami to go to Jersey,
right?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't an easy sell. I'll tell you that, especially considering, you know, she had already had a kid who messed up I call him my son now, but you know, he's a good kid, Tyler. Honestly, it just worked out the fact that, you know, my job, I'm lucky enough that I got a career going up here. You know, I got some good job security, and I couldn't do the same thing in Miami and I would make like a third of what I make up here. I already had a house that I had just bought because I got lucky on that one. And it just was like, listen, if you come up here, at least like there's good schools here. You bring your son up here and he could have a good life. You'll have, you know, a mom and dad in the house, you know, there's stability. Like you could have your same job up here. She could work from home. You don't have to spend your day sitting in Miami traffic. You know, it was all those things, but it's like, yeah, we can have all those things in Jersey.
Right.
That was like the big but. I don't know, and it just worked out that she was like, all right, I get it. I think it was more about the stability for Tyler that was making it work.
Okay.
And then her parents were like, well, fuck it, we're not staying down here if you're not going to be here. So they came up too.
Right.
oh, okay.
Like, who are these people?
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. I didn't realize you guys were coming, but all right, yeah.
Cool.
But that's honestly, most people would think that'd be a big problem. They're actually mad cool. They don't bother anybody. They're always trying to help out, and they're really, really good about like not overstepping any boundaries, you know, as far as us being a married couple. So I can't complain at all. Plus we got a babysitter if we want to go somewhere.
Right.
And they never complain.
Now, was that an issue for the biological father? Was he ever in the picture?
Yeah, there was a problem at first, but
oh shit. You piccoloing people?
You know,
my son now.
Yeah. I don't want to.
No, yeah, I got you. No, yeah,
you know what I mean. It's like I don't want. There's things are okay now. Yeah. Like there was some drama at first, but it eventually all got worked out. And you know, I don't want to throw any shade on his name.
Never.
You know, I'm trying to do the right thing here. It is his son. You know, I would never try to overstep those boundaries. But as long as we're in the same house, I'm actually going to treat him as if he's my son and give him the love that I would give to my own flesh and blood, just so that he's not losing out. You know what I mean? I don't want him to suffer because of what me and his mom decided to do. That was the biggest thing. So, but I mean, yeah, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, and he had a few things to say, but we were able to work it out. So I'll leave it at that. I don't want to put too much out there.
Right. Now, also, so you went on a trip to New Orleans, didn't expect to meet this woman. You see her again, while she's in New York, then you see her again in Jamaica, and then you get married. So you went from being, quote unquote, a single man to having a wife and then having a kid and then her in-laws eventually. Yep. How was that transition for you?
That was actually one of the reasons I started the podcast was because I was struggling a little bit. Like you have an instant family. All of a sudden, all of these people are in your house, and I was on my own for like 9 years straight. Like no roommates, no nothing.
Like you were a husband, a dad, and
you like skip a step.
Like I skipped every step.
Yeah.
Like even in the long distance relationship, like it was a totally different dynamic. So I was a little nervous when we first got married because we still had never lived together until like we got married in the beginning of December, and she didn't move up here till Christmas. So it was,
So yeah, you didn't know what that would turn out.
Yeah, I didn't really know what I was getting into.
Right.
But we made it work. The first year was got a little rough. Had some growing pains, but we made it work. I think the big
your socks.
Socks
is on the floor.
Those are those things that you gotta figure out.
I don't do that.
Nah, it was. It gets tricky though. But we have help. I think if her parents being here is help for us, because if it was just me, her, and our son, I think we would have been way worse off. Like the fact that we could go out and have date nights and shit. We can go to a comedy club or something on a Saturday night and not have to worry about it. That's huge. Even a lot of people who never had to deal with the long distance shit, they can't even do that. So in some ways, we were more fortunate than the average couple. But that was for real. That was a big transition. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like that was something that helped me though. I've told like the guest I had on my show last week. Neek Rusher, that's his AKA.
Yeah.
But he had a show called 36 Chambers of Fatherhood, and it was
one of my favorite episodes.
Him and two other guys, and they were just talking about that stuff. And at the time, I had never heard a show like that. I didn't know that people were doing that. And I was like, yo, this is like, it made me feel like I wasn't alone. Like there was other people going through the same stuff. Right. And that to me was such a valuable experience. I wanted to see if I could do that maybe for someone else. I don't want to bite off what they're doing, so I try to do something a little different. But I'm not trying to come at any topic as if like I know more than you or I'm better than you. It's more of just like, hey, I'm struggling to find fucking shit out too. So maybe we could struggle together. Maybe you learn something, I'll learn something. Everybody comes away a winner,
Right. Now, my last thing is, so you're Italian, right?
Italian, Irish, and Polish. So it's like I wanted to beat somebody up, but I got drunk and forgot who.
All right, so Italian, Irish, and Polish, and she's Cuban. So how is that culturally?
It's very different.
Same house.
I think that was one of the big things is culture shock. So a funny story, when we first started dating, we were in the car, and I heard she was talking to her mom about something, and I heard them refer to me as a gringo.
He's like, what's that?
But no, I've heard it growing up, but I always thought that was kind of like a derogatory thing. Like it's like I was like, you fucking white boy, you know what I mean? Like one of those. And they had to explain to me. I'm like, yo, what'd you just call me? And they were like, no. Like gringo is just like saying like a white person. Like it's like, but so many little things like that where it's I could get offended by something that they were doing, but that was like totally normal for them, and vice versa. Like that takes a long time to work out. Like there's still some things. Like everybody in the house is loud, and I'm used to silence.
Yeah, right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, fucking woken up to fucking Selena. all types of bachata.
I hear Los Zafiros playing. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I gotta wake up in the morning.
It's suave.
Yeah, no, there's mad culture shock, especially with like timing. Like I'm used to being early for shit, like,
on time. Shit,
yeah. Oh, shit. And with the whole like the Hispanic mentality is like, listen, like, are we going to work? Are we going to work? No. It's like, then I'm going to take my time. Like, everybody knows, like, we're not going to put these arbitrary, time limits and deadlines and stuff. So, like, we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah.
You say be there at 1, okay, that means between
3:30.
1 and 7,
Yeah.
Like, there's a very wide berth in what time you need to be somewhere.
Yeah, that shit drives me crazy because I try to be on time for shit.
I'm usually pretty punctual. And it's worse because if we're going to do something, say we're doing something with my family, and they say, "Oh, be here at 3." Like, 3. I have to tell my wife, like, "Yo, no. When they say 3, they mean 3. And if we show up late, like, that makes us look like assholes." So, and she hates
what,
being
an asshole.
Yeah.
So you gotta tell her like 12.
But this is one of the reasons why we're able to make it work, is because she will actually work and try to be on time and be better about something if I bring it up to her. And like I might say something like, "Hey, listen, maybe you could do this a little better." She'll be mad for 10 minutes, and then she'll be like, "Okay,
you were right."
Yeah, and I have to do that too. Like, it's really all about how flexible you can be, and like being too rigid. Like, like I said, there's so many times when it could have all fallen apart if one of us didn't say, "All right, I'm going to be the bigger person." Like, all right, you know what? You're right. We'll work on this. There's so many ways you could just fuck the whole thing up if your pride gets in the way. And, if you're just being stubborn, it's just a relationship. There's no place for that, because it's only going to hurt the union. It's only going to hurt the two of you. Right. Nothing. You don't win by doing that. And it's hard for us to learn, especially as guys, we're set in our ways most of the time, especially now in our 30s.
Yeah.
I don't want to admit I'm wrong. I still don't want to admit I'm wrong.
Yeah, no. Whether it's that whole happy wife, happy life.
Happy life. Yeah.
No, that's bullshit.
It is bullshit.
There's two. No, I say that because
like,
there's two people in a
wrong.
relationship.
Yeah.
Like, just because you're the wife doesn't mean that you get to be right all the time.
Right.
It should be happy spouse, happy house.
Yeah. Happy spouse, happy house.
Not everybody believes in that.
Like, yo, you ain't right all the fucking time.
Right. You're not right.
You're not right.
Fuck out of here.
Okay. Yo, sometimes you want to say "fuck out of here," but it's like,
no, don't say that. Don't say it like that. You gotta like,
nah, fuck out of here, man.
Nah, you gotta,
It's all in the
dress it up. Yeah,
on the face. Sometimes I get in trouble for my faces. I don't realize I'm making a face.
Making a face, yeah.
Who was that meme? Was that Nick Young? Was that the guy where it's like, like,
yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
I make a lot of faces though, and that's something I'm working on. Apparently it needed work, so I'm working on it.
So that's my last thing for now.
Let me ask you this: I'm trying to do something new for the show, and maybe you guys will help me out with it.
Oh shit!
I feel like so many of us are too busy trying to, put forward this front. We want to portray ourselves as the best we can be. For, like, especially if we have a show like this, like you guys, I'm trying to, like, let people know, like, listen, we're all human. We all fuck up. We all do dumb shit. So I wanted to end my episodes with a thing I want to call Humble Pie, where we all talk about something embarrassing that happened to us that we're willing to share. Like, listen, the same shit happened to me. I'm going to share a story. Something happened to me just a few weeks ago, actually. And I might regret sharing this, but I'm going to do it anyway for the sake of my listeners.
Oh, God.
Like nobody's perfect. My point is nobody's perfect. And this goes out to everybody. I was at work and, my stomach was all in knots. And I'm like, I got to go to the bathroom. So where I work, the porta-johns are out by the front fence. And there's like, it's a construction site. So there's like a 5-foot drop to get out. There's no stairs there yet. So I go, I'm like, all right, I'll jump over here. It's open and I'll go right to the porta-john. Well, I jumped down and I guess I had too much force. So it's like, if you have a ketchup bottle that's open and you drop it, and it doesn't all come out, but like the force, a little bit squirts out. Yeah. So that happened to me in the old pantalones. And I had
what?
Yeah. It was not my proudest moment, but it was like, you know what? It happened. What are you going to do? And I feel like so many things like that have happened to people. And that's only the second time in 10 years that it's happened to me. The last time was in Boston. In 10 years.
I mean, shit happens.
Literally.
Sometimes you just pass.
Sometimes you feel like a shit. Sometimes you.
Sometimes you think it's a fart. Sometimes it's a full-on splagget.
Yeah, sometimes you make a shit fart gamble and you don't always win. You know.
Sometimes you get a shark.
Yeah. I mean, listen, the stories don't have to be gross like that. It was just the most recent thing that happened to me. You know what I mean?
God.
Humble pie.
Something that you would tell the people, like, listen, like, you know, it happens to everybody. You know.
Other than coming quick, I don't know.
That's one. That's one.
Like I remember it was like within like the past 2 years or so. So you meet a girl, you talking to her, like you feeling her, and then like you know if you meet up with her this time, it's about to go down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you prepare, right? So usually what you do to prepare, like you mentally prepare yourself, like, all right, think about baseball, think about dead puppies, starving kids, something, right? You might even let like 1 or 2 out just so the first time ain't a quick one, right?
And Great Aunt Judy's arm fat.
So you might let 1 or 2 out and you like go over there and you about to knock the bottom out this girl, right? So get to this chick house, you know, we do the whole thing like we don't know what the fuck we here for type of thing. So we sit down, we watching Netflix or whatever, right? So we watching Netflix for like maybe like a half hour. I'm actually into the movie and then I see her, she starts to get restless. So I like boom, make my move, right? So we doing it, right? So now I'm facing the clock and like I time myself. So I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, all right. So I started like 10, yeah. So I see it's like 10:23, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm in here.
10:22.
10:23. I'm in here. We doing work. All right. We in here. I start to feel it. I'm like, it's 10:26. I'm like, all right. So I'm a reset. I'm gonna pull out, go down, eat the thing, back in it. 10:28. Dog, like
shit, that 5?
10:28, right? So you try to stop it. She get on top. She start doing her thing. It feel good to her. I'm like, whoa,
relax,
chill,
blow up.
And like she's not listening. So now I gotta like get off me. And then it's just everywhere. And it's like the first time you with a chick, you don't want to disappoint. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I prepared. I tried. I took my blue chew. Like, I don't know what's going on, but the second round I got it. It was like the first time it was like you gotta like, you know, she like sympathizes with you. It was like, okay, you know.
They take it as a compliment.
No, bitch.
Oh, you thought I was beautiful.
Yeah. Like, oh, he's so cute. Oh my God. It was like, no, bitch, I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
But you know, it happens sometimes. But second round, I got her. And then,
hey, happened to me before. You know, you try to pull out to slow it down, but by then it's already too late.
It's a wrap. It's like
now you just ruin the bed sheets.
Yeah, and then like you try to bring your mind away from dead puppies. Don't work.
Nah, that ain't working. The minute you say don't come yet, like yeah.
Yo,
I'm not gonna
don't come yet is the automatic. I'm going to come.
Nah, man, that's the.
I'm gonna come right now.
Robert,
like don't come yet. I'm almost there. Don't come, bitch. Right now. It's happening.
It's done.
Now we got to go to CVS, pay the $50. Now look at us.
We got to figure out what this plan is.
We got to figure out what this plan is.
Robert Schimmel, the comedian, had a great joke about that. He's like, when I'm doing it, I don't even want to hear the word come. Like, by the time you say don't come yet, I'm not going to come. Come. honey, I'm going to come. Like, no, slow down. Like, no, you hurry up. It's like, I want to sorry, time's up. Like, well, you didn't get to come, but tell her what we have for her, Jim. It's a towel.
But yeah, that's usually my embarrassing story. It doesn't usually happen the first time. Like we actually like be into it. Like it'd be like the 10th time or whatever. And it's like, all right, now I can like let loose, whatever. But like the first time, it's like you got to try to show out. But like the first time, it wasn't happening that night. Like Jordan don't always score 30.
Sometimes he scores 1.
Yeah. Sometimes he hit a couple free throws and that's it. Flu game. I had a flu game.
But didn't he do good in his flu game?
He did good, but he didn't do his best.
Damn.
That's all you can ask. That's all you can ask. Let's see. My story will involve alcohol, as most of my stories do.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I can't remember. I must have been like 22, 23, some shit like that. Just hanging out with my friends and shit. We was all drinking. We was drinking heavy because that's what we do. Because that's what we do. But I don't smoke weed. That's not really my thing. I've never really been into smoking weed. But every once in a while, if you catch me when I'm drunk enough, because my friends smoke, so if I'm drunk enough, you might catch me and I might fucking smoke some weed. So, whatever reason, this night, I was like, cool, I'm drunk. And then somebody was like, weed? I was like, sure, why not? Let me do that. So we drinking, smoking.
I mean, why you like a lot of character?
Yeah, shit went black. It's gotten darker and darker this whole time. You gotta wait till the story comes on and you gotta unlock.
I didn't realize we're talking to Noob Sabot over
there. So we're doing that, and then one of my friends came over. We was at my friend's house. And he was like, just drinking and shit. He was like, strip club? I was like, yeah, strip club. Let's go. So we going, and it was me, him, and like my other friend. And when I tell you, I don't normally black out. I don't really black out often. I blacked out. And I guess because I don't really remember it happening. So obviously I was mixing alcohols like light and dark, so I was fucked up. So we went somewhere, pulled over. I got outside the car, threw up. There was a cop there. Threw up. The cop didn't see, or if he saw, he didn't care. Whatever. I got back in the car. We made it to the strip club, but I was like, "Yo, I'm too fucked up. I'll meet y'all in there. Leave me in the car." Next thing I know, we were driving back home, and my friend is very upset because I vomited in his car. Projectile vomited, like all up in his dashboard, all up in my beard, all up in the shit. And I don't remember doing it because obviously I was like fucked up. And I learned something a few years, like years after the fact later. Apparently, because I wasn't driving, I was too fucked up. I was in the passenger seat. I didn't know that. I get motion sickness when I'm like drunk if I'm not driving. I don't know why.
Nah, a lot of people do.
I think that's what most people.
Never knew that. They know that. And I think that's what happened. I was like so fucked up and I was in the car, like the motion sickness kicked in, but I was too drunk to realize that. But like one day I was in the car, I was like, yo, I feel nauseous. And it happened a few times. I was like, oh, I guess motion sickness from the passenger seat of the car while I'm drunk. But yeah, anyway, so I threw up by myself and threw up all in his car. And for like a year, 2 years, 3 years later, because they went into the vents, every time he turned the heat on in his car, it smelled like vomit. Yeah. And you know, that's a little embarrassing. And so like the girl that is his wife now, when he first started dating her, she's like, he couldn't turn the vents on. I was like, yo, my bad, though. But in my defense, I called him like the very next day. It's like, yo, my bad. Here's some money. Get a detail.
Yeah. Okay, at least you did that.
No, without prompting because I fucked up. But I was like, that was bad.
Yeah, I got a whole nigga who crashed my boy's car and just said, oh, sorry. That was about it. They didn't do nothing.
Jesus.
Just told him this shit. It's like, I'm sorry. You need to finish paying for it. Damn. Just fucked up his credit. Oh, well.
Yeah, so that's my story.
All right, I done that one before.
Yeah, I'm proud of that.
Damn, you guys did stuff. I did all that stuff. I feel like I've done a lot of embarrassing shit in my day.
Yeah.
Bobby, take us home, man.
All right, so boom, I was chilling with the aliens, right?
It's not even that. See the shit with my shit, it be like
boom, there's a chick on a walker.
Nah, it's not that. Like,
doing damage.
I knew this girl named Little Tink Tink.
Yeah, see, I don't. You know what's funny? James watched me fucking bragging on me about that shit like that. But that's not.
I was on Craigslist one day, right? All right, boom.
Yeah, see, the thing about me, I already told most of the embarrassing shit, but one I would say was embarrassing was when I was married, right? And I think
and
no, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. Long story short, I don't think Stephen know this. I don't know how often he listens to the podcast, but when Don,
I've listened to all the episodes. I know.
Okay, when Don does this story shit, I'm annulled, right? I've been divorced and shit like that. Mm-hmm. So, how can I explain this? All right, I was divorced. This was around the time when I was divorced, right? And like everything was done, but I'm kind of like a privacy person, so I didn't really tell anybody in my family what was going on. But my father, which is a nosy motherfucker, like he just kept going around asking me what was going on. He was like, "What's going on?" I said, "Don't worry about it." This is like right after the initial break. Yeah, this is right after the initial.
No questions.
This is actually the initial break or whatever. And he was like, "What's going on with y'all? Y'all together?" I said, "Don't worry about it." He's like, "Y'all together?" No. He said, "Y'all together?" Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. So it got to a point where around the time, one of the reasons why I broke up with my wife was because she cheated on me with another nigga, right? So
don't tell me.
Yeah.
Please no.
Y'all know this already. So
but don't twist the knife. Don't.
So I told my father. This is the main reason why I broke up with her. So I told my father, just don't worry about it, because I don't want to tell my father nothing. Because the thing about my father, he acts like a female because he grew up around like 4 or 5 sisters, right? So everything he does is gossip. So I know not to tell this motherfucker. So I said, just don't worry about it. So he just finds out I don't know how the fuck he found out, but he found out that she was pregnant. And I was like, fuck, man, he's going to tell everybody. So what he did, he told my aunt. He told all my aunts. And then my aunt texted me. It was like, oh, congratulations. I'm like, it ain't my baby, man. So,
oh, fuck.
Yeah, so I spent like the whole day trying to text messages people, explain to them, yo, it's not my kid. I don't know why my father said that, but it's not mine. It's not mine. So I had to do. It's embarrassing. So I'm like, I told him, don't worry about it. Don't tell nobody nothing. But he went around and told my whole family about the shit. I was like, damn, now I gotta explain to everybody. Every time they say congratulations, I gotta tell them the kid ain't mine. On some Billie Jean shit.
That's a bad one.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I've cut family members off for doing the same thing. I mean, not that I had a baby. That somebody was saying the baby wasn't mine, but like they saying don't say something and they go tell everybody. I've cut family members off completely.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why me and my father don't have a. That's one of the reasons why me and my father don't have a good relationship, because he talks too fucking much. Mm-hmm. It's because he was raised by females, so he acts like females. As far as gossip and shit like that. Now my mother is a different story, because she was raised by her father. She was told to shut the fuck up and mind your business. That's what that was. But my father is a whole different story. So we don't really get along when it comes to that. That's my embarrassing shit.
Listen,
that's a.
Thank you for sharing those.
That's
the whole point, though. Like, but think of somebody else that maybe is going through something they're ashamed of, something, somebody got cheated on or something like that. Like, hearing you talk about it is comforting to them. It's like they're not in the shit alone. Everybody out there listening, you're not the only one dealing with what you're dealing with. There's a billion of people, there are billions of people all around, and everybody's dealing with some shit. And guess what? They probably overlap. So you're not the only one dealing with it. Yeah. So it's stuff like that. Like I thank you guys for sharing that kind of stuff. And that's I'm sure the listeners would thank you as well if they had a mic, but they don't. So fuck no.
You can't be Jordan every night, man.
Can't be.
Can't be Jordan every night.
Don't smoke and drink.
Don't feel bad, buddy. I've lasted less time in my life.
Nah, because you did good like 10 minutes, nigga.
Yeah, man.
Almost. It's close.
You made what? 10:23, 10:28? Come on, that's a good run, bro.
That's being nice. That's being nice.
Bro, I've been in the situation. Look up, it's 10:23. Like, all right. I look back up, it's 10:22. It's like, no way.
We went back.
I came so fast, I went back in time.
Nigga, Superman.
I was just gonna say, that's how Superman did it.
Now, Steve, one of my questions was like, what made you want to start a podcast other than being? So when you wanted to start a podcast, it was solely about being a parent. It was nothing else that was on your mind?
No, it was about everything. being a parent, being a husband, being a man, especially in the post Me Too world that we live in. All the rules are kind of up in the air right now a little bit. And there's a lot of guys that they feel like they were raised for a certain world that we used to live in, but those rules don't apply anymore. So it's like a lot of us are ill prepared to operate in the world that we live in now. So
I have a particular vocabulary I can no longer use.
Yeah, but it's all that shit. Like, like what's okay now, what's not okay. But seriously, it's like we got to at least talk about it. How else is anybody going to know? And other stuff here. I don't want to say it's a safe space because that's, a lot of people associate that with the kind of like, crybaby kind of mentality. But it's just a place where we can, approach these topics. We're all trying to be good dudes. Nobody wants to be an asshole. Nobody wants to be a fucking sex offender or all that shit. We want to, but if there's a question, let's ask it. Let's see if we can get some answers here.
Right.
We can have fun at the same time. We don't take ourselves too seriously. It's like a good episode of like a show. It's like you laugh around, but at the end, there's heart. There's some real shit there.
Right.
So that's kind of what I want.
Now the podcast is called A Pot Amongst Men. So what were the names before? Like what names didn't make it?
Oh, I didn't have it. That was the first name. I was in the car and I was like, I got to come up with something because I'm not changing it once I do it.
Okay.
I always had good names for shit that nobody else liked except me. So I don't know if that makes it a good name.
You gotta live with it. So as long as you like it, your shit.
As long as you like it, that don't really matter.
Yeah. I remember in one of the bands I was in, we were trying to come up with the name, and I said, "Hey, we should name it Abe Froman and the Sausage Kings of Chicago."
Sausage Kings.
And to me, that was like a funny, catchy name. But then, obviously everybody else put the kibosh on that. So,
I fucking hate rock names. There's always some wild shit. Raccoon Onyx Guts.
Raccoon Onyx Guts. You just a hater, dog.
Yeah. I think Hesh can back me up on this. Like some of this, it sounds heavy a lot of times, but it's really just people talking about being sad and they went through a breakup, something like that. You know what I mean?
I was talking about this about Hesh like a minute ago. I fuck with rock music, but when it gets to the it's like
when it gets to the motherfucking robot.
It's an acquired taste, but I think I bet you I could turn you guys on to a few things that you would be surprised you like.
Yeah, it's
what I mean. Like a lot of it's about the beats. Like
I'm pretty sure I like it.
Nah, it's like the Kill Switch Engage. Like I was listening to some other shit. I was like, yo, this shit is lit. And then it's like, why you gotta do that?
Nah, because it's the emotion. You gotta
no, it's the same way I feel about rappers with mumble rap. It's the same exact way I feel about that shit. It's like, yo, shit's going good. Went all the way left. That's what you did.
Wait, die.
I'm gonna kill your wife.
But it's fucked up because when you listen, it's not even about that.
They're not even saying anything remotely close to that. It's like, I'm
sad. The innocence. What about that?
But like the sky is blue and I like flowers. And that's usually what they be saying.
Oh no, it don't be that.
It's not the same thing like mumble rap. Mumble rap, like they'll be saying the same thing over and over and over. Like in mumbling, but this is streaming, so it's delivered in a weird way. But if you actually like listen to the lyrics, read the lyrics, because you can't understand it, but there's actually like real, like it's like literature, like they're telling a story. It's like it's really
my Pepsi tastes like Coke.
Or
kill that Coke.
No, don't worry. Listen, I'm gonna set you guys up. I'm gonna send you guys a couple things. You tell me if you like it. All right. But listen, the music.
I was like, okay, all right, you mad?
We'll get there. All right, I'm done. I actually have to head out.
Get to that part. I'm just saying.
All right, Steve.
I got to tap out here. So we're going on over 3 hours now.
Yeah,
you got a good one.
Damn, is it?
This is how we do. There's a bunch of bullshit in the front.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do picks real quick. So Steve, you got a pick?
My pick is The Outsider on HBO.
Good one.
It's a definitely good movie or a good series. The ending was a little, but the first 2-3 episodes, you can't turn the shit off.
Right. Hesh, you got a pick, man?
My pick is gonna be, like I said, The Last of Us. I finally played it and beat the game, and I really enjoyed it. It's a really good game.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out.
Okay. Bob Alive.
My pick is Title Match Wrestling on YouTube. That's Title Match Wrestling, right? It's Stevie Ray, right? with this other dude, and they have a podcast where Stevie Ray usually talks about people he don't like. He be giving it straightforward. It was this dude the other day. He said, "Fuck that guy. I know he's dead. God bless him, but fuck that guy."
That's dope.
So he just tells stories. That's why I heard the story about Ming actually putting the token claw, whatever this fuck his move was, on some dude in a bar and almost killed him. They had to pull him off him.
Yeah.
Heard from Stevie Ray. He got
that
mad
shit
bar
was
stories.
real. Told you that shit worked.
Basically, he was the guy that would break up. He was basically the sober dude that would break up all the bullshit that was happening in the bars when they got into bar fights. So to hear his stories is mad funny. How much shit they got in. Yeah, so that's just funny.
All right, and my pick is something on YouTube. I want you to type in your favorite theme song to any cartoon or whatever, and just on the end, type in Trap Remix. All right, so type in like Ninja Turtles, Inspector Gadget, Garfield, and just type in Trap Remix. And I just went down a wormhole of that shit, and them shits be dope. I don't know where the fuck they be getting these beats from, how they be orchestrating this shit, but shit be dope at the end of the day. But that's my pick. Steve,
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you
for coming on the show.
Appreciate you.
It's nice to finally be here. I got to use all my AKAs.
And then you added one, Human White Man.
Yeah,
Human
White Man.
Human White Man.
Plug your stuff, Steve.
Oh yeah, you guys. Fuck it. If you guys are listening to this on my podcast, you know where to find us. apodamongstmen@gmail.com. If you're listening to the Three Ninjas, just check out my podcast, A Pod Amongst Men. It's the same place you find these guys, you'll find me. And yeah, hopefully it's not as wild as these three gentlemen, but we try to do a little community service. You know what I mean? Try to help some people out.
We attempted.
Yeah,
we try to, but it just goes bad every time.
Every fucking time.
Every time.
But yeah, hope it wasn't too flagrant. Hope it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, to Steve's listeners, I apologize.
Nah, you guys are fine. You guys are fine.
Yeah, Steve's listeners, I don't think he has a lot of
We got a lot of crossover listeners.
Probably
higher class individuals.
Nah. It's all regular people, just like you and me. That's the idea.
Shout out to them. So, anything else, gentlemen?
No, that's about it, dog.
That's it.
All right. So Ninja Vanish. We out of here.